I not spark you wet? Look how dark you get when you mark for death. Trying to blow up like nitro and dynamite sticks. Mad that smoke hydro, rock diamonds, that's sick. Got paid off my flow, rock with my own clip. You can settle with the chrome and metal shit. I make it hot like a kettle kit. Who sent you?
The modern Maverick.
Who sent you?
The modern Maverick.
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was don't.
I got a good baby.
You're a housewife.
Oh, shit. Guess who's back? It's time for another episode of the Modern Maverick podcast. Finally, after 4 months of not having an episode, we're fucking back for an episode. We're in our new studio right now. Just testing it out, so I hope it sounds okay. I'm not 100% finished with the studio, but fuck, man, we're back. We're back. What's up, man?
What's up? It's been way too long.
It's been way too long, man.
Has it really been 4 months?
Yeah, man. We recorded the weekend after my boxing fight, which was in November.
Oh, shit.
My fight was in November, and so we recorded an episode, I think, the weekend after, 2 weekends after, sometimes in November.
I was still getting laid back then. It has been a while.
Damn.
Fuck.
So it's been more than 3 months. You're a virgin again.
Yeah, born
That's
again.
what they say. Born again virgin.
Yeah. Can't find Jesus, find sex. Can't find sex, find Jesus.
So, man, and then after that, everything went crazy, and I've been so busy. Sold my house, moved into a new home where we're at right now. Got a new kid, newborn. It's like 3.5 weeks, I think. Yeah, 3.5 weeks. I've been on parental leave for 4 weeks now. Been at home, so I got the studio ready. So I'm like, fuck this. I want to get recording as fast as possible. So, yeah. So we're April. So, yeah, it's been more than 4 months, man. It's been a long time.
Yeah, a lot has happened since then.
Fuck yeah, man. A lot of stuff has happened. Yeah, like I said, I got a newborn. I moved to a new place, which is awesome. It had an extra room, so I'm building a studio. So it's almost done, like I said, and we're getting there. Fuck, what else happened? I saw you got a new car, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. I got myself my Kia finally.
Fuck, man.
Not too bad. I like it. Put the summer rims on it last week.
Oh, so yeah.
Just in time for this apparent snowstorm that we're getting this week.
Fuck off.
Did you hear this rumor?
No way.
30 centimeters or something.
Tomorrow?
On a Wednesday. I think it's a prank. I don't know. I don't get it.
April's
Mind you, if you look at
Fool's
the forecast, 23 degrees on Monday or 26, and then it's going to drop to like -1 overnight between Tuesday and Wednesday.
Fuck off. It's supposed to rain like crazy tomorrow.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to the Sugar Shack, and we said, fuck that.
It's going to be,
It's going to be like 15 millimeters of rain or something like that. Something crazy.
Good day.
I don't want to see any more snow, man. I walked outside, my son today, and he's like, the snow's gone. I'm like, fucking right, the snow's gone.
Yeah, let's hope it's just some stupid rumor. I don't know.
You imagine? It's been a crazy.
It has been, man. It's been nuts.
Back home in New Brunswick, I don't know if you've seen pictures.
Oh, I've heard, I've seen, yeah.
My aunt said that she came back from vacation. She went down south, and she came back, and for 2 or 3 days, she couldn't go to work. There was that much snow.
Wow.
Like back home, like she lives, there's a neighbor right next door. You know, like you walk out, there's a neighbor. She said she couldn't see her neighbor anymore.
Wow.
She's like, that much snow. I saw a picture in the, we have a small mall in our town, and in the parking lot, the snow, obviously, I think they had pushed all the snow in one area, and they had this big snow blower. It was almost twice the height of the snowblower.
Holy
and
shit.
He was just plowing through the fucking snow. I was like, this is retarded. And it snowed like, I think a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. And it's still a big storm, like 40 centimeters or some shit like that.
Yeah. Well, I have a friend at work whose brother lives out in New Brunswick as well. And his house, he literally couldn't get out the front door. He was snowed in completely.
That's messed up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I've lived there for most of my life, and I don't remember when we had that much snow. Yeah. That was insane, man. That was crazy. Winter, man. So now we're getting some nice weather today, and you know what that means? It's pothole season.
Yeah.
Or, I love to play that game called Dodge the Pothole. The fuck, man. I noticed it today when I was coming back home this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Holy fuck, man.
Especially like you say with the new car, man. I'm feeling every bump. I hit a pothole and I'm cursing.
You cringe every time, right?
Yeah, you could feel it.
I have an older car, so I don't really care. But sometimes you hit that pothole that makes you go, shit.
Yeah.
I just lost
Is
something.
this the one where I lose my wheel or I lose my axle? Yeah.
What the fuck? And they're like massive potholes, like definitely if you hit those at anywhere over 50, you ain't getting out of it. No. There's something braking on your car.
They're like little jacuzzis.
Fuck, man. Little jacuzzis. Just sat and just fucking sit in it. Stop, sit with a brewski.
Yeah. It's a jacuzzi for an Oompa Loompa.
Holy fuck, man. Yeah, so I'm glad that we're back at recording. I've been fucking excited about this because I'm like, oh man, I can't wait. When we moved in, I moved all my shit in here. Like everything I didn't have the space for, I put in here. And I was like, every time I'd open the door, it was just like piled to the door up to there. And I was like, oh man, I got to clean it. So the first week I was on parental leave, I started cleaning. I said, all right, I'm going through. I spent most of the day cleaning, throwing out stuff, putting stuff away. When I was done, still shitload. I'm like, what the fuck? I have too much stuff. Took me a good week of working at it, and then finally I gave a lot of stuff. I actually stored some stuff at some friend's house, at Mike's place, actually.
Okay. No, it's looking pretty good.
So now there's an AC in the corner. I have to get rid of my gym stuff. That stinks. Sorry if it stinks. And but almost done. Just like I said, I need to find some acoustic panels to try to like muffle the noise, but make it as professional as possible. So hopefully we're recording. Hello. Yeah.
Hopefully we're recording.
Fuck, sorry. Because I lost track. Yeah, I think we are. All right, we're good. So yeah, man. So what's up with you? Anything else new since we last spoke? When's the last time we fucking saw each other? Was it at the trade deadline?
I think so. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
A few weeks ago. Trade deadline for people out there that don't know what we're talking about. That's our fantasy hockey.
In our fantasy hockey pool, yeah.
We're in a fantasy hockey pool.
Where Steph and I are out of contention, unfortunately.
That's right. Seventh place, last year.
Last year, yeah.
I'm like mid.
I think I may be sixth, like last year
7
too.
7 out of 12.
Considering at the trade deadline, I was making a push for third place, and that didn't
you
last.
made a big push this year at the trade deadline.
I tried,
but it didn't work out.
I was offering everybody that freaking night. Nobody was taking anything.
Me too.
I don't know.
I wanted to get rid of some, but I made some good moves. I'm happy about for next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's last time we spoke.
Yeah, but since then I've been apartment hunting with my brother. I've actually been not on the job hunt, but an offer came up for a job opportunity, and I've been going through the interview process, which is pretty arduous. It's been like 3 interviews. Like, I don't know what they need. My blood, my piss next. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping for a final interview. We'll see. That
sucks, man. Well, I've been at my job for 7 years now, so I haven't gone through but I remember going through the interview process.
I've never been like this. Like 2 phone interviews. One of them was 40 some odd minutes on the phone. Meet them in person, another 40 minutes. Then they tell me if I move on to the next step, there's a presentation with PowerPoint and stuff. Like, I've never
that you have to do.
I would have to do. Yeah.
What's the job about?
It's
something similar to what you do now. Or?
No, not really. Well, as far as coordinating, but it's more of a business consultant advisor for a company that provides business applications. It's a huge company, biggest in the world in that domain. I won't mention the name or anything, considering I'm still working somewhere, and this is still hypothetical. I won't jinx myself.
Like business to business type of stuff, right?
Yeah, I would be more consulting partners as far as better using applications and software, business tools, all that stuff. It's with a company that everybody knows. You've seen the logo. They're huge. They're international, and it would be a nice cushy job if I can get it. I'll be happy and set up long term, I think.
Best of luck. I hope you get it, and I hope you don't have to go through 18 interviews.
Yeah, I think 4 would be enough, right?
Well, you know what? It's the shitty thing is that it's not about you. It's about probably the shitty people they hired before you, and they don't want to make the same mistakes.
Yeah, for sure. And especially since I don't have necessarily the same technical background as far as IT and stuff like that, but I'm trying to sell myself as far as a personality communicator, somebody who's worked with people for, 15, 16 years. I've been pushing myself rather than my knowledge. You can learn, there's certain traits though that you can't necessarily learn.
If you interview good, man, you could get any job. That's what I always say. If you can sell yourself, you bullshit yourself through any interview.
That's it.
Listen, I've gone to interviews where I was underqualified for the position, and they I was offered jobs that I was definitely underqualified. And it's just because when I get into the interview, I'm confident and I just bullshit my way through anything. It's like I say bullshit. I mean, you got to sell yourself if you really want it.
That's what you're there for.
And once they give you the position, if you really think that you can do it, then you do it. But sometimes you got to say no. You're like, I'm way over my head about this. Like, even though, I told you some stuff, but I hope you get it, man. I hope it works out for you.
I hope so too. I guess I'll find out by the end of the week. If I haven't heard back from them, I guess I can just forget about it.
Start looking for something else.
But hey, it wasn't necessarily working. But a friend gave me a call. I hadn't spoken to him in a while, and he said, "Would you be interested in this particular job and this particular salary?" And I said, "Yes."
The salary is a big thing.
The
right?
salary sold me, so we'll see.
With this economy, sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
Especially not at our age. I mean, you've already got your family, but I'm going to be looking eventually to start to settle down, plan long term, and you
can't work on $30,000 a year anymore. It doesn't work,
no.
I make good money, but I don't make as close. I'm underpaid for my job. I won't admit it, and a lot of people in my work say the same thing. If you look at the average for our job, we're a bit underpaid. A bit, not that much, but still, I think after a while,
wherever you work, there's certain advantages. I guess there's benefits of being where you are too. You may not have the salary, but you may have a more lenient policy as far as your hours or more days off.
You got to get perks. Maybe your salary's not as much, but all the perks.
And you got nobody up your ass every day.
I got 4 weeks vacation, which is nice. I started at 3 weeks. I'm at 4, soon to be at 5. I can't complain. I might make a little bit less than somewhere else, but somewhere else,
what is this, amateur hour? Turn off your ringer, dude.
Somewhere else.
See, I'm a professional. I forgot my phone.
You forgot. Oh shit.
Oh.
All right, we're good. So I get 4 weeks of vacation. Like nowhere else gives you 4 weeks. My girlfriend got a new job 2 years ago. She gets she makes more money than I do. But she gets 2 weeks. So, I got 4 weeks.
Usually you got to work 10 years in a company to get 4 weeks maybe.
Man, I work with people that have 5 weeks vacation. So our company is good like that. And I work with good people and I have nothing to complain. But like I said,
it makes a big
difference. It is what it is, man.
It makes a big difference when you go into your office and you're not dreading to see the people that you work with. And
before I keep going, I forgot. I'm reading my notes here. I want to give a big thanks to Zafiro at Long and McQuaid for hooking me up with my new fucking mixer board, which we're using right now, which sounds amazing.
Yep.
This new Mackie Pro FX8, which Mackie is pretty much a mecca or a pretty well-known name in the industry. I went to see him. He hooked me up, and I'd like to thank him. He's a friend of ours. I've known him for a while. I played softball with him.
Yeah.
Big Zeph, and so he hooked me up, and I'm happy about it. I bought a fucking amplifier for my headphones too, which I don't have to use a shitty splitter that didn't work half the time. We're getting there, step by step. We're getting there. Soon I'll have an on-air sign at the door that I'll be flashing.
That would be sweet.
It's only like $30 on Amazon.
Really?
I tell you, I checked it out, dude. I'm on parental leave. I spend my day on the internet because my baby girl, she sleeps most of the day. I feed her. I fucking rock her for a little bit, and then I'm like, what the fuck? Let's watch some Maury Povich and some Price is Right, bro.
Is that dude really still on the air, Maury Povich?
The Maury show, and the same thing. They do these fucking
paternity
DNA tests. Paternity tests. I'm like, this is the... I watch Price is Right at 11. Is it 11 or 10? I don't remember. I watch Price is Right with Drew Carey. That's every day. My girlfriend watches The Doctors every morning. The Doctors. And then after that, we watch a little bit of Days of Our Lives. That's right. She watches it, so I sit down next to it. She watches a bit of the soap. And but most of the time on the internet, and I've been shopping like crazy. I'm at home. I have nothing else to do. I go out. I'm like, I'm bored. I can't sit. Listen, I spent all this money on this new equipment. I go out. I'm like, oh, I'm at the store. I buy this. I buy that. I buy some. I go, oh, here, let's buy some coffee. Let's buy this. Dude,
I know what you mean. I recently discovered how easy it is to order stuff on eBay for the first time ever. I started ordering a couple of things for my car. Next thing I know, I'm like, I can order this from China, and it'll only take 2 weeks for it to get to my door.
Tmart.com. Do you ever hear about that?
I know.
This is where I ordered this nice mic stand you're using. It's like a Chinese market for cheap, no-name brand stuff. Anything you want.
Really?
Tmart.com. All right, check it out. I ordered this awesome scissor arm mic stand that you're using right here for $25, no shipping fee. Now, it took 5 weeks to get here. All right, but if you're not in a hurry, no shipping fee. I got it delivered to my home directly. Nothing, no other fee. $25 plus I think they estimated a tax value for like $4 or something, under $30. On Amazon.
Shit, they've got car parts. I'm in trouble.
Yeah. 30. I went on Amazon.ca and this similar to thing, the cheapest one I found was like 45, 50 bucks.
Canadian Amazon sucks. Is it just me or does it suck?
Amazon.com has way more product.
Yeah.
And 90% of the shit doesn't ship to Canada.
No, exactly.
Because go on the Amazon.ca.
Yeah,
so
and
I
then
go
it's
on the
not on
Amazon.ca, either it's not there or instead of being $29.99, it's $69.99.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? It's like not really just like $10 more.
No.
It's like ridiculously more.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I noticed that myself.
Doesn't make any difference. So, but sometimes on Amazon.com you can get it shipped, but most of the time they'll say this product is not available in your area or is not available to get shipped in the area. I'm like, this is retarded. I don't. Anyway, so I've been spending a lot of time online and shopping and stuff. I fell into a bit of money too. So while I've been on leave, so
You've
it
been
helps a little
sharking
bit.
again?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've been selling my bod, man. I like it. Sell my bod. I'd be eating like a pig and drinking.
Oh, jeez.
I can't go to the gym right now. Well, I can't. I can. I did for like the first week after. I was tired, but I was like, my girl was sleeping. My baby girl was sleeping.
I didn't realize you're the one who gave birth, by the way.
Fuck. My girlfriend. Shout out to my girlfriend. That's
I'm on paternity leave. I can't work out.
But I got some ink done too. I don't know if you showed. I got some tattoos done too.
Yeah, a couple recently, eh?
I got this done for my grandfather the day before my girlfriend gave birth, so on the 18th, and then I got my baby girl's name on my fucking hand. And let's just say, it fucking hurts, man.
It hurts the
Even
hand,
the
yeah.
fucking artist that did it, she's like, she looked at my other hand. She's like, okay, you got no tattoos in your hand. She's like, it hurts, by the way. I'm like, yeah, I know. And they had a guy there. He's like, oh, I just had my hand tattoo. He's like, it's not that bad in the middle, said, but on the side, like here and here, he said, be ready to cringe, So she started in the middle, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's all good. All right, I remember this pain. It's good because I been tattooed 2 weeks before. So I was like, okay, this is similar,
Yeah.
Holy fuck. But then she got to this thumb side here, right here, and then right here in the knuckle. Holy fuck.
Not bad.
Like, I was biting my lip so bad. Like, by the end, I got out and I got in my car and like, holy fuck. The inside of my lip and the up and down, it was all like almost blistered because I was biting down so much. Just here and here. And then I don't know if you see the work here. She did the outline and then she did like a second outline.
Yeah.
And that uses a smaller needle. It's basically just one needle. And she told me, she's like, this one's going to sting more. And holy fuck, it did. Like, I won't lie. It fucking hurt. It hurt, but it was worth it, Huh?
How long did it take for the hand tattoo?
About an hour and a half, a little bit more. I was surprised. It was a pretty small tattoo. You get that anywhere else on your body, but I mean, it is lettering, and you have to be. The lines have to be fucking like perfect, you know. So she was like in and out, and the hand. What sucks about it is that the skin is really different than anywhere else. So like, you gotta get it touched back. Like I have to go back in like 3 weeks and get it touched. You could see there's ink that didn't stick, especially in the side of the hand here and in the middle here. So I'm gonna have to get some touch-ups done. And even down the road, you use your hands a lot, right?
For sure.
And it's hard.
For sure, they're always
take
exposed.
a shower, the fucking water goes in. It's like I'm getting another one actually next week.
Next week?
Three tats in 5 weeks.
Jeez.
I'm like, fuck. I know it's not. Yeah, I'm getting the breast. I'm gonna rooster head right here for my mom. That's right, a rooster head for my mom. It's because that's her zodiac Chinese sign.
Oh, okay.
Right here. So my bottom of my forearm is going to be pretty much filled out.
I didn't know you were half Chinese.
Half Chinese.
Yeah.
I'm half Chinese, man.
Yeah, I'm due to go too. You going on the weekend or during the week?
I'm going Wednesday.
Oh, you're going on Wednesday.
Yeah. Did you check out the
Yeah, I did.
Jessie Preston?
Yeah.
Big shout out to her, by the way.
Yeah,
She did.
I want to bring her a stencil and see if she can do something with it. Yeah.
I gave her. I went to see her out of the blue. I saw her online. She's this amazing girl she's from California. She moved here not too long ago, and she set up shop. She's by herself. It might sound weird to people, but it's awesome. There's 2 girls that work there, or 3 girls. One cuts hair and she tattoos. So she has like a tattoo in the corner, and her friend cuts hair. So you walk in, there's a few hair salon chairs, and then you check her out in the back. But this chick is awesome. She's super nice. super nice, and she's an amazing artist. You can see the tattoo is like clean, and she offered you go in there. It's like it's just she makes you feel at home. It's like you want this, hey, check it out. There's a fridge there if you want. You want a beer, grab a beer. It's like it's amazing. And I'm getting the minute I finished it, I'm booking right away. I said I want you to do more work on me, and I'll get her to do more on my arm because she's old school. She does old school or traditional tattoos like this. That's basically what she does. Okay. And so the lettering on my hand, I got somebody else to do because she didn't do lettering. Okay. It wasn't her thing. So I got this other girl at MTL Tattoo called Ayako. And she's awesome. So shout out to her too. And she did great work on my lettering on my hand, and then so I'm getting some work done. You checked her out? Did you contact her? Or?
No, not yet.
I dropped by. I didn't even call. I dropped by. It's you know where the Atlas lighting building is on Jean Talon?
Sounds familiar.
You know on Jean Talon when you go down Saint Urbain and you cross with Jean Talon where the Mike's is, the restaurant. Is it Saint Urbain?
Oh yeah. Oh well, around Saint Laurent, there's the Mike's. Yeah. Saint Laurent Clark. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's if you go on Jean Talon, there's a big building. It's a lighting building. They sell nothing but lights on the first floor. Okay. She's on the third floor of that building. It's a very industrial building. You walk up the stairs, you're like, what the fuck, man? It looks exactly where your brother works, like similar to where your brother works. Yeah. You go up, and she's in like this fucking doors. You open the doors, and she's in there. And I'm telling you got to check it out. If you like her work, she's rad. She's really, really cool. And so check her out. So anybody's looking to get tattoos done in Montreal, check her out. So it's Jessie Preston. Her tattoo shop is called Two Horses, Deux Chevaux. And it's like I said, check her out on the website at jessiepreston.com. She has her own website. She has Two Horses.
Do we know the significance of the name of Two Horses?
I know.
You didn't ask.
Man. I was curious. I think it has to do with her and the friend she opened up with, which is basically the hairstylist. Okay. And they're really funky. You go there, their shop is well built. They have like stuffed animals, like not stuffed, but
mounted.
Like head like of a fucking like pig and like of a deer and shit, like that kind of style. Okay, okay. She's really, really cool. Love her. She and like when you meet somebody, and especially like I've been looking all over the place for tats. And I found her. I went there. I vibed with her right away, and it was like right away, like big hugs, like thank you. And it was like I'm booking. She's like, you want to book? I'm like, fuck yeah. And then when I go back on Wednesday, or is it Thursday? I'm gonna book again. I'm like, I'm booking for next week or the week after, whenever the fuck you're available. I'm like, I'm getting my whole arm done. It's getting finished. And
you want to do the whole arm? Yeah.
I'm getting a Japanese sleeve on this one. I haven't chosen who's gonna do it, but on my right arm, I'm getting old school all the way. I want to get a chest piece too. My girlfriend's like, don't get a chest piece. You're too fucking hairy. She's like, you're going to chest piece, the hair's going to grow over it. I don't fuck, I'll just shave. I just want this big chest piece on my chest.
You could get a tattoo that's based around the fact that you're hairy. Yeah. You could have like a tiger like hiding in the woods, in the jungle or something.
A big wolf head. So I was like, don't color in the thing. Just do the outline. The hair it'll be like a 3D
there you go,
like a 3D tattoo, Can you imagine? That would suck. That would fucking suck. Anyway, check them out. Jessie Preston at Two Horses and Ayako at MTL Tattoo on Saint Denis. She's awesome too. She does a lot of realism. So like if you're looking, she does a lot of portrait stuff and stuff like that. She's really awesome. Check them out. So yeah. That's been my 5 weeks. That's been my thing. This winter's been crazy, man. I sold my house, went through that whole process, which I'm happy I sold my house. Big thanks to my real estate agent, which Hussam, which did a good job. He sold our house. I have nothing else to say about it. The fact that he fucking sold our house, selling a house is, I'll be honest, it's shitty, especially in the economy that we're in. It's shitty. You're expecting to get a price, and you don't get that fucking price, man. But now that Pauline Marois was fucking housed in, high five to that. What the fuck happened to that cunt? Holy fuck. Sorry for the brash word, but is there another word that mostly resound? If there's any word that can describe her, it's a cunt. She's a cunt. She's the Eve. Every time I see a picture of her, I see horns, and she's the devil. She is the devil. My girlfriend hates her. I was trying to find good things about her, which I ended up finding.
Oh, did you?
Do you know that it's because of Pauline Marois that we have $5 daycares in Quebec?
Yeah.
Which, high five to that, because I have kids.
Yeah,
all right?
you've got kids, so you like it.
You know, you're a cunt, but thanks. You know, and but holy fuck, the ego thought that she could, after 18 months, could like go on election and actually think she would fucking win. She knew she couldn't win. I think, in my opinion, the only reason she did this is because to extend the fact that her and her husband are being investigated upon.
Well, that's it. They were supposed to testify before the Charbonneau Commission regarding
$3
million that was
that
transferred
to
him.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. And all of a sudden,
This thing is going to crash and burn for her, and I won't surprise if she ends up in jail. Well, maybe she won't end up in jail, but she's, you know, if you can't explain where $3 million went of the money that you're supposed to be in charge for.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and
look at all the other politicians. I mean, none of the other politicians have been locked up. What happened to Vaillancourt, right?
He's in court there. He's probably.
I don't know what's going to
It's
happen
the
with him.
fucking process here in Montreal
it takes
or in
forever
Quebec.
in Canada and anywhere, right?
It's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
It takes years and years. You know.
Mm-hmm. But no, Paulin didn't make many friends. But, you know, all of a sudden, though, people were feeling sympathetic towards her the next day. I said, why? She had it coming. Come on. She asked for this. Like you say, I mean, why would she go? I mean, test a set of balls on this woman to go to the polls.
Half the time she has to be trolling us. Where
almost,
by trolling
I
mean she says something that comes out of her mouth, but she knows it's not true. She knows it's not gonna work. She can't be sitting there and saying we're gonna have a country. I want Quebec to have a country. It's because of the other guy too. That Videotron guy.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, PKP, big time. Pierre-Carl Pelado.
He went out there on this.
Oh, yeah.
pedestal.
When he went all Hitler on everybody, slamming his fist, crying, screaming for an independent
Even
Quebec.
Pauline went, all right, dude.
Yeah.
Time
Well,
out,
and
bro.
that famous little clip of her
They're
pushing
pushing
him
it,
away
like,
from
get
the
the fuck
podium.
out.
Like, no, you're not answering this question. It's up to me here.
The fuck out
Oh,
of here.
yeah. No, that was a disaster. A disaster for them. I don't know.
I
mean,
don't
do they
know what
have
they were thinking.
advisors? If they had any advisors, I'm sure
know what's the worst?
they won't
He
be
won.
working for any other political parties in the near future.
He won in his wherever section he was.
Yeah, in
working.
Saint Jerome.
Yeah, he fucking won.
Yeah,
So-
well, that's not much of a surprise.
No, but-
he's a celebrity, right? And
But was he? He wasn't a politician before, was
no, not at all. He's a businessman.
So
and
now
he's not a
he's-
very good businessman. That's what people don't understand. The unions hate him. First of all, which was a big loss right there when he was announced as a running mate, as running for an MP in the Saint Jerome riding. I mean, the unions hate this guy. He's had 14 lockouts, I think, in his companies over the last decade or so. I mean, he's one of the most hated businessmen in Quebec. And
But you know
he
why he's
inherited
hated?
all this business from his
Yeah.
father. And
Yeah.
since he's taken over, he hasn't made much money.
No.
You
But
know, profits have not gone up since he's
I'll
been in
be
charge.
honest. If I had to choose, I have Videotron at home,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't change.
No?
I'm very satisfied with
I've had
Videotron.
friends that canceled their Videotron the moment he
Are
was
you
announced.
serious? I've heard about
Our
that.
buddy Steve did that. He called and he explained. And they said, "Why do you want to cancel?" He says, "I don't want to put any money in the PQ's pocket."
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. And you know, it shocks me to this day. Okay, when I say old, I mean middle-aged people. That's been des Québécois. I understand that you're behind the Quebec party. I can justify you backing up that party. You've lived in Quebec all your life. You speak nothing but French, which I respect. I have nothing about French people. I'm French.
Yeah.
I'm French, but I speak English. And if I could speak 10 other languages,
You're
I would.
open-minded. You're not
Yes.
ignorant and indifferent to everyone else.
With that said, what surprised me is when I see young people backing up this party, which is basically has blinds on. They're so unilateral of a party, meaning with this whole French thing.
Yeah.
The thing that I think they underestimated is the fact that back in the day, the only two things, there was the TV and the newspapers, right? When elections came about, you read about it in the newspapers and you heard about it on TV. Back in the 80s and the 90s,
Yeah.
guess who controls the newspapers? It's the fucking government. Most of the shit that goes in there, they put money into these companies, thus they're probably dividing. Same thing for CNN. The government puts so much money in CNN. They control, it's like it's propaganda.
The CBC, you mean?
same thing with CBC. But here in Montreal, like if you look at the I'm just saying, back in the 80s and 90s, you didn't have social media. You didn't have the internet.
No, I mean, it makes a huge
Young
difference.
people didn't have a means to find out who these fucking people were. So when they became 18, 19, 20, when they legal age to vote, most of them would say, hey, dad, hey, mom, who am I voting here? Or they would be, hey, did you go vote? You're legal. I don't want to vote. Just go. Just go, come with me, vote for this person. And they'd be like, fuck yeah, okay, I'm going to vote for PQ because my dad is PQ.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I think these old school people, Pauline Marois included, on all these fucking people, they underestimate the strength of social media. About these kids nowadays, as young as 8, 9, 10 years old, they start getting online. They can fucking read about you. Okay, who's this Pauline Marois chick? Holy fuck, like what? Why would people fucking vote for her? And then people have an opinion. And so I think they underestimated the fact that how strong social media has an impact on those things.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have friends that are our age, and I know people that are younger that they're chauvinists, and a lot of them, it's maybe because it's that ideology's been handed down from generation to generation.
Yeah.
But others, I mean, are clearly independent thinkers, and they just truly believe. And
It's the best thing for the province.
For the province, for their own pockets, for their families and whatnot. Because let's not forget, the PQ is very socialist. They're all about spending money to give to the people, right? But then there's a lot of stuff that they do on the other side of the coin. You flip the coin and say, okay, you're giving for this, but you're taking away from that. You're taking away from hospitals. For me, it's obviously, like most people, I mean, I had posted on my Facebook page, and not that I'm a huge liberal supporter in general. I mean, in national elections, I'll admit, I've been an NDP guy the last few years.
Of course. When Jack Layton was in power, he was the man.
If this, and if it's a real shame what happened with Jack Layton, because if there was a potential leader for this country, I think he was right up there.
He would be prime minister right now if he denied.
But I mean, as far as what are our choices here? I mean, it's the lesser of two evils. And
I voted. I'll be honest. I voted liberal. I voted liberal. I didn't vote liberal because obviously I'm a liberal. I'm open-minded. You know me. Fuck. I don't give a fuck. All right. I'm not conservative. Obviously, I'm not gonna vote for a conservative party. I'm not. I was gonna vote for the Green Party, or I was gonna vote for, just because I didn't give a fuck who got my vote, as long as PQ didn't get my vote.
No, and people just voted strategically based on the fact that, okay, how can we avoid this whole referendum issue?
Yeah.
And I think the PQ obviously overestimated the amount of people that are still supporting a referendum, the idea of a referendum. And that's what really cost them, because there were voters who were strategically voting for the Liberals just to make sure. Because, maybe and had a lot of people known, I think, that the CAQ was so close in the end compared to the PQ's amount of votes. If a lot of those people didn't vote for the CAQ because they figured that would just be a waste of a vote, because
they would have voted for the PQ.
It would have helped the PQ than voting the CAQ, because it really came down to the PQ versus Liberals. But knowing this, I mean, if people seen what would happen, I mean, it'll be very interesting for the CAQ the next election. I mean, right now it's their chance.
They're gaining ground.
And no kidding, they were celebrating and happy. I mean, right now they've become almost a number 2 party overnight.
I don't like their leader, but I've heard a few of their of the people that represent the CAQ, and their ideology is in the right direction. Yeah. Listen, liberal is liberal. It's a party that's well known around the country. We have everybody knows a liberal. We have a liberal representative in in Trudeau, which is, if he's not a lock for the next prime minister, is he even presenting himself for next?
I believe so. That was
so. Like, listen, he's loved. Just maybe it's because of his dad, but still.
Well, it helps. It helps. I mean, when your father was the most popular prime minister in Canadian history. Yeah.
So let's face it, and I just think that as we go forward, there's a lot more young people that vote because they have a voice in social media and in everything else. They have access to all this information.
Yeah, but just like anything, just like being able to, back in the day, like you say, watching the news or reading the newspaper and just reading whatever information is fed to you and saying, okay, remember when you were a kid, if you had a parent who was a little more aware of what was going on in the world, they'd probably tell you, don't believe everything you read in the papers, right? Don't believe everything you hear on the news. Yeah. And the same goes for the internet. Yeah, there's
Of
those.
course.
There's those. We've talked about
course.
this, endless amount of times in the past. But I mean, you can do your own research and really find the info you need, or you could just share and click and like something that somebody posted on their Facebook page with these stats that came from where I don't know, but there's a nice little picture attached to it, and it's funny and it's clever, and okay, I agree. But have you really looked into the subject? So as far as much as it can help, it can also hurt too, because
Of course.
people are just believing whatever they read on Facebook.
But what I like about the internet is the fact that people are left to do their own research. You can't do a research in a paper.
No.
You open the page, it's black and white.
It's there, and that's it.
Oh, that's it. This guy is this. Okay, sure, no problem. And then I hear the same thing on CBC, or I hear the same thing on on TVA.
And depending what station, what channel, what newspaper, the
fuck,
bias
man.
is always there, right? They're always
I don't
pushing their own
understand
agenda.
how news can be biased, and it is. You have especially in the States. You have Fox, which is
Conservative all the
fucking
way, yeah.
one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like because it's owned by and pushed by a certain people that push that agenda, which. That's why I enjoy people that go out of their way, especially online now, and put this news. And listen, you know where I get the most honest news? Like places like Al Jazeera and stuff like that online, which is probably the most honest news you're ever gonna get for around the world. Instead of getting all this propaganda from CNN or from CBC or from Fox or from.
I mean, there's outlets like
man.
Huffington Post. I think has done a good job.
Yeah, of course.
Of really giving you an objective outlook on a lot of stuff. Speaking of the elections, I mean, something I was talking about with the guys last night is, we were talking about the youth, the young people and how they're voting. I mean, Quebec Solidaire, especially in the island of Montreal, particularly in the island of Montreal, it had a very strong day, on election
On the
night.
polls, yeah.
A lot of young people are voting for them, but I'm curious to know, and I'm seeing from people that I personally know is that a lot of Anglophones, it seems, the young student Anglophones, maybe those are a little more artsy, hipster, let's say, they're voting for Quebec Solidaire because sure, they've got some great ideas as far as, conserving, our natural resources and whatnot, not destroying the planet and thinking of green ideas and whatnot in certain social programs. But still, at heart, they're still a sovereignist party. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. They're called Quebec Solidaire.
Yeah.
I mean, that is part of their agenda. So it's kind of bizarre. And yes, they've got some great ideas. But that brought the question, okay, so what do you put precedence over? Is it the fact that, there's not enough people to support a referendum anyway, so it doesn't matter. That issue will never come to light anyway, but I like everything else they're talking about, so I'm going to support them.
Yeah. But
it's a very, very tricky.
do you want somebody in power, though, that has the power to all of a sudden say we're going into a referendum?
And waste how many millions or, hundreds of millions, of tens of millions, hundreds of millions, who knows what will go into a referendum. There'll be the polling, there'll be all kinds of stuff. There'll be, but as far as I'm concerned, why can't somebody just meet somewhere in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping in this next generation of thinkers, where hopefully, those will come to understand that we can embrace Quebec and our roots, but we still also have to look at the bigger picture.
I don't understand why they can't all get together and just say, here's what's good about our party. Here's what's popular about our party. Here's what's not popular about our party. Here's what we're bringing to the table, the popular shit.
Yeah.
Here's what you bring to the table as your party, the good shit, the bad shit, and just fucking get together. Just get together. I don't care who wins at the election, as long as you're able to have representative from each party so that everybody can bring their own idea. The shitty thing about elections and about democracy is that it's all fine and dandy that we let the people vote in, but if you vote in the Liberal as a majority government, then those good ideas that come from Quebec Solidaire and come from the CAQ and all those other things, they're gonna get shut down if it's not on the Liberals' agenda. And you as a human being, basically, if you just didn't want a bad thing, so you voted for a good thing, but you still have, sometimes you get gyps either way, and that's you can't get everything. You just can't.
No.
And people aren't ready to live in a society where it's everybody just sits down and say, okay, here's all the good things and here's all the bad things. You got to go with the majority. And unfortunately, you go for the majority in everything, and then the people with the money end up making the decisions towards the majority, you know?
People have a hard time coming to a compromise. So
Fuck yeah,
you can only imagine what political parties and leaders are
look
like.
what we're left with. I'm left with voting for somebody not because I agree with them, but because I strongly disagree with the opposition.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not voting for you. I'm voting against this person.
Exactly.
This is bullshit. I should be wanting to vote for you and not even see what this person has to say. But instead, I'm not even listening to you, even though I'm voting for you. I'm just so tired of this bullshit here that I'm going to vote for the strong hand on the opposite side.
Yep.
Which, let's face it, 90% of people ended up doing the same thing, which is sad. Because they didn't end up voting for really what they wanted. They only ended up voting for somebody else. You know what I mean? And it's worse to go and not vote, because then you get everybody that starts thinking that way.
Yeah, that solves nothing, not voting. I mean, you're making a statement to who?
I didn't used to vote. Now I vote. Now, I used to think that voting is because I never agreed with any other party, but now I seem to change my mind, you know?
In my riding out in the West Island, I mean, literally 10,000 people could have stayed home and the Liberals still would have won. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Last time I had looked while they were doing the live tallies on the news, they were up to 10,000 or almost 10,000 votes for the Liberals, and they were at under 600 for the PQ was number 2.
Wow.
Yeah,
there's no PQ that's going to win in the West Island.
No, but fuck. I mean, I figure I'm in Pierrefonds. I mean, there's still, a Francophone presence and whatnot.
of course.
But Jesus, to that extent, I would have never thought. But hey, you go out and you vote regardless, right? Because like you say, if everybody shares that state of mind, either they're not going to go to vote because it won't make a difference. We're going to, my party or whoever I wanted to vote for, regardless of whether, like you say, you were actually supporting them or going against the others. There'll be enough voters, or I don't believe in the either of these parties, so I'm not going to vote. Well, then like you say, it's the cliche. You don't have the right to complain afterwards, right?
That's right.
You can bitch about this and that. Well, if you didn't vote, well, you know what? Sorry.
So anyway,
it should be mandatory. In Australia, you get fined
if you don't vote.
If you don't vote,
I don't know if it was a real thing or if it was just a joke, but North Korea, they what's his name? Kim Jong-un.
Yeah,
they voted 100% for him.
Oh yeah, every year he wins.
100%
every year. His dad was the same thing.
Actually, it was 110%.
110. Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah,
it was 110%. Everybody voted for him, but.
Especially with Dennis Rodman being his buddy now.
That's right. Then he went home to his wife, Dennis Rodman, to celebrate. Fucking Dennis Rodman.
Fucking weirdo, man.
This guy's weird, man.
Like, he hasn't had a weird enough career as an active NBA player. Now he's made friends with
as much as the guy's weird, the Bulls wouldn't have won a few of their championships without him.
Oh, sure.
His rebounding skills are fucking legendary.
Yeah.
He averaged, if you didn't get 10 rebounds a game, it's fucking hard. People think, well, 10 rebounds, you got 4 quarters. Yeah, have you ever played fucking basketball? It's fucking hard, man. You get so many people in the court, man. What was good about Dennis Rodman was his offensive rebound. He was good on the offensive board. He was strong and he was I like him. I like him when he played with the Bulls. I used to be a big Bulls fan.
Yeah.
The Pippen and obviously Jordan and Kukoc and all that gang,
Tony Kukoc. Forgot about him.
I bought NBA 2K13.
Okay.
That's another thing I started playing. I started playing a lot more PlayStation while I've been home. And you can play the old Bulls. You can find and they had the 93 Bulls, which was.
Is Jordan actually in the game, or they just give him his number?
No,
he's actually in the game. Because remember in the past, he wouldn't be in games, right? There would be a number 23 with no name. He'd be like John Stevens.
Just a regular black guy. just a regular bald black guy. Yeah, they're all in the games now. Oh. So, and then when you're playing the team, you remember these players. You're like, I remember watching the NBA Finals and this guy, and I forgot about this guy.
Yeah, B.J. Armstrong and
dude, their bench was fucking heavy. Because let's face it, you go into NBA Finals or in the playoff, if you don't have a bench, you're not gonna win. And the Heats. Remember the Heats when they had LeBron and stuff. The first year they didn't have any bench players.
Nope.
They didn't win.
No,
they didn't win. The second year, they got some bench players.
Yeah.
And that fucking guy, that tattooed guy. He was a bench player. He's got tattoos. He's got the mohawk. They call him. What the fuck was his name? I got in here. His nickname. What's his nickname? I forget. This guy is a fucking amazing player, and he's getting a lot of minutes this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and his name is Anderson. Miami Heat.
I don't know. I don't think I've watched 10 minutes of NBA basketball this year.
That's awesome. You get tattoo guy, Miami Heat tattoo guy. What's his name?
Google
Chris
that.
Anderson. They called him the Birdman.
The Birdman.
This guy is getting a lot of minutes this year. I don't know if it's because of injuries, but he's getting a lot better. And he was a big part of the Heat's winning their championship last year. So you don't got a bench. You're gonna get guys, especially now in the Heats. And I don't know if you noticed, but fucking Dwayne Wade, he's barely playing. He's playing one game, then he takes 3 days off, and then he plays 2 games. He takes 3 days off. His knees are screwed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
LeBron James is an amazing player, the best in the game, but he's not gonna win a championship on his own.
How's Chris Bosh doing over there?
He's doing better.
Doing better, yeah.
What about the Raptors?
Yeah,
they're fucking won yesterday. They clinched their division.
It's about freaking time. Well, we'll see.
With a bunch. I'm sorry.
I remember the last time I was an active NBA fan watching the Raptors. I mean, they had a great season, and then I think they got swept in the first
Vince
round.
Carter? Was it post Vince Carter?
I think
the last time they were in the playoff, there was post.
It wasn't too long.
Post Vince Carter, and they lost in the first round.
Yeah. Was it to the Knicks or to the Pacers?
Let's be honest. The East is very weak.
Yeah.
If you take Miami, Indiana out, I mean my Boston Celtics have shit the bed this year.
Yeah.
So I'm not even, because they're not making playoffs. I'm a big boss. I'm not gonna discard the Celtics. I'm still a Celtics fan through and through. But why not? Why am I gonna root for the Raptors now? They're a Canadian team. I'm gonna root for them. I'm gonna definitely root for them. They're a Canadian team, and they can make a run. They're not like losing. They fucking lost to the Knicks yesterday. But they lost because the Knicks needed to win.
Yeah.
The Knicks played for their lives yesterday. But fuck, man, they've been winning more games lately than they've been losing. So they're on a good streak. They're like the Canadians.
Yeah, well, yeah, speaking of
fucking
Canadian teams,
Canadians.
Montreal Canadiens, the only Canadian team. When is the last time there's only been one Canadian team in the playoffs? I can't remember.
2000.
It was in the 2000s. It's been that recently.
I
It
think
must
it
have
was
been like the Canucks or something.
No, it
would
was.
have been the only team.
I think it was Ottawa.
Or Ottawa. In the Alfredson days in their heyday.
I think didn't Ottawa make it to the finals?
Yeah, they made it one
Weren't
year.
they the only Canadian team that year?
Might have been, yeah. You might be right. But yeah, no, it has
Montreal
been hot at the
Canadian-
right time.
I'm a Pens fan. I'll bleed for my Pens. You can see right here. Look what I did. I put a lot of hockey cards of my favorite hockey player, Mario Lemieux.
Oh, nice.
All right, I put it together.
That's not his rookie in the middle? That's an old one, though.
It's a
Second year?
It's a faux rookie.
Oh, it's the faux rookie.
It's the faux rookie.
Oh.
Right? I'm not that rich. Actually, hockey cards are worth shit.
Yeah,
now.
they're not worth that much anyway.
That probably is your rookie card for
his
30
card
bucks.
hasn't gone up in value since we were kids. I remember looking at.
It used to be like $600 when I was a kid.
Yeah,
now it's probably like $30.
No, it's probably still 600.
The Wayne Gretzky rookie card
Used to be about 900 or
9 or
700.
1,000.
Yeah,
I remember meeting a guy when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
His grandfather gave him a bunch of hockey cards in this box.
Yeah.
He's just like here. And then his grandfather passed away. So he had this thing and he showed up at this convention. We used to have these small conventions in my town.
I used to go to those.
He had 4 copies of
The
Wayne
Gretzky.
Gretzky's rookie card.
Fuck.
4 copies.
Yeah.
Not 1, not 2, not 3. He had fucking 4. And he had all these old fucking cards in his fucking thing. So, you know what? I've got 50 right here in this door right here. I have over 15,000 hockey, baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards. I've gone to a few places. They wouldn't give me $100 for them.
No.
They're like, I have too many.
Yeah, I know. Same here. My cousin at one point back in the day gave me a thousands. I don't know how many old hockey cards I've got dating back to the 70s. No Gretzky rookie, but I've got a few. Brett Hall, Mike Bossy, Mark Messier, Eric Curry, a couple that are worth, but the value hasn't gone up. Dude, and who's gonna buy them off of you?
I have a 1970 Guy Lafleur card. It's worth $5.
Yeah,
dude. There's too many on the market. There's too much on the market.
But, that's a shame. But,
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Hold on to them. I don't know.
I have it to my kid.
I have a sealed box of 1991 Score, the full set baseball set. It's got
the green one.
The green one.
The one with the Ken Griffey on the box.
Yeah,
I have it here.
You have that one too, sealed?
Have it. No, I have it. You bought the box and they were unpacked. So all the
Yeah,
whole collection is in the box.
Yeah, you got the factory set. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've got. It's
Yeah.
still sealed.
Oh,
it's still in plastic. It's
Are you serious?
$20.
My box is open, but I never took the cards out.
$25. I went. I asked it when I was in Quebec City. It was a big collector shop. I asked him. He goes, maybe give you $25.
Are you serious?
Jesus, I've owned that set for over 20 years.
Yeah.
I never opened it. My cousin gave it to me. He said, do not unwrap it because that thing will be worth money down in the day, down the line.
I have whole upper deck 800 card sets full, every single one, and I collected them by buying the packs.
Yeah,
not by
man.
My grandmother used to buy me every day 2 or 3 packs of the upper deck, the '92 upper deck baseball, the one with the Michael Jordan.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Card. I have that one twice. It used to be worth $30 or $40 back in the day. Now it's worth $1, if that. It's fucking Michael Jordan. He sucked at baseball.
Yeah, I was at my parents' house the other day in their storage area. You know, you ever been in those houses where there's like, for some reason, it's like you've got a basement and the other half of the basement is only like 4 feet high.
Yeah.
Why not just fucking dig
My
another
grandparents'
2
place
feet
was
deeper?
like
I
that.
never understood that. So half the basement was always wasted with this stupid storage area, and you'd bend over to get something, you'd smash your head. Anyway, so all my cards are there, and they're all dusty now. I mean, they're in boxes and plastic. I'm like, Ma, come on, you got my cards. She's like, fuck, you want to take them? Bring them home. Fuck. I'm like, nah,
I don't have the storage.
Nah, I don't know. Maybe one day.
It's sad because it's because too many people back were not. It was so fucking popular.
Wow, for sure. I mean, it's all about rarity, and that's why if you have any cards that are worth money, it's these special cards that you get in the current packs where it's got like a piece of a jersey and an autograph or
They're
a piece of
every
some.
fucking card nowadays is worth like $10, but packs are like $10.
But the packs are $10,
and there's
exactly.
10 cards in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, oh, look, this fucking Sidney Crosby card with his piece of his jersey.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Dude, I have a Guy Lafleur. I have a Bobby Hoare card that's worth $1. Like, the fuck, man? These guys, You know, I don't have no Mickey Mantle rookie card that's worth like $6,000.
You don't have the Honus Wagner? Speaking of baseball, I watched the Finally 42, the Jackie Robinson story the other day.
I watched
Have you seen
movie, not as entirety, but I've watched
It's a good one.
the parts where that made me want to throw the remote through the
Yeah,
the
well,
thing.
it's like it's 12 years a slave as a baseball player, you know? Fuck. I mean, Christ. Enough
like-
with all these guilty freak feel bad to be
Yeah, I
white
get it.
movies
I'm
this
white.
year, man.
I'm
It's
white.
killing me.
I
But
suck.
but yeah,
that movie's good.
But man, really emotional there. And that scene there when the Phillies coach is drilling into him, eh? Oh my God, yeah.
When he's at bat and the
Yeah.
guy just doesn't stop.
And it's
that.
the guy who was the pirate from Dodgeball. Remember? That's him. Alan Tudyk's name.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? They got him to play the most racist man in the world. Like he's right up there with the dude from Whipping in 12 Years a Slave there.
I never
Jesus
saw
Christ.
12 Years of Slave.
You haven't seen that one
No,
yet?
not yet.
Powerful
no.
movie. Good
Is
stuff.
it?
A good movie, but rough to watch.
I tuned in to that exact part when Jackie Robinson's at bat and when that guy is just calling him a nigger for days.
Oh my God. He calls
And
him
he-
every name in the book.
Not just nigger, but
No.
he fucking drills him. And I was like, oh my God. How uncomfortable is that guy right now reading his lines?
Oh, fuck.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a movie. Obviously, they're actors. But
I had even read that the actors that did those two actors, the guy who played Jackie Robinson and the coach for was it Chapman, I think is his last name, the coach.
Yeah.
They avoided any contact on set to try to keep that animosity so that it was as real as possible.
I
You know,
guess,
while they
yeah.
were
I
filming.
mean, you have
Because
to.
yeah, you like you say, I mean, fuck.
And
you're
then after
reading
that, he
these
had
words,
to
you're reading these lines.
apologize
Yeah.
in the movie. And imagine if somebody that just called somebody a nigger 48 times in 3 minutes had to apologize on TV.
Well, he didn't even apologize. First,
yeah.
he justifies it by saying, "Oh, we called DiMaggio a wop, and we called
Yeah.
so and so this and that, and it's all in fun." But yeah, not. And then they do the fake handshake
Imagine
thing and
nowadays
publicity
if
stunt.
you fucking called somebody a nigger like
Oh my God!
that. Holy fuck!
Never.
It would be fucking It would be like, front page news on CNN. You know what I mean? It's fucking sad.
Wow, just think of the whole Paula Dean thing not too long ago, right?
Oh, she's a cunt.
Jeez,
There's another Pauline Marois card.
Hey, I found something interesting on Facebook. You know, we used to do the Maverick head-to-head thing.
Yeah.
Well, I thought this is not just one person. I thought this was interesting. So you can buy a ticket to see one perform one more time. All right, between Michael Jackson, Kurt Cobain, Freddie Mercury, Bob Marley, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Amy Winehouse. I'm not sure who that dude is. Looks like Sebastian Bach from Skid Row, but he's not dead. Whitney Houston, Elvis Presley, Beethoven, Jim Morrison, Ray Charles, John Lennon, or Tupac. Who do you pick? or Johnny Cash.
Jesus Christ. I was a huge Kurt Cobain fan, but I wouldn't jump to the opportunity to go see a concert of his. Holy fuck. It'd be between Tupac and Jimi Hendrix.
Tupac, Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah. Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go with Jimmy to see that guy live doing his thing.
He's just a little bit. I
Setting
love
the
Kurt
guitar on fire,
Cobain.
maybe.
I love Nirvana as a band. I'm a huge Foo Fighters. They're inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, by the way.
Nirvana?
Nirvana.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, they were on Jimmy Fallon this week. Dave Grohl and
they want him. I think they're going to induct their original drummer before Dave Grohl too, right? Even though I think he had a cup of coffee with on Bleach, and that was it. I think was he even on the album Bleach?
He was.
Yeah,
and but Jimi Hendrix, that guy is charisma when he was on stage, man. Who wouldn't want to see him on stage?
Yeah, man. If you could see
but
him
Tupac,
light the guitar
I'm a Tupac.
We saw him at Coachella. It's okay.
It's okay. Hologram.
We saw the hologram. It's all good.
You think? All right. So Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix, just because, he's Jimi Hendrix.
But Tupac would be cool.
The most talented out of those would be probably
Michael Jackson or Freddie Mercury. Freddie
Mercury is pretty entertaining, but talent-wise, I think Jimi Hendrix. Listen, Kurt Cobain, there's nobody that writes music like Kurt Cobain. If you listen to every single of his fucking songs, when he writes lyrics, it's from the fucking gut. It's inside. You can feel the hurt of this guy. You know what I mean? You were just waiting for that moment when he puts that shotgun in his mouth. I'm sorry. Like, you just fucking feel every single song through his soul, Jimi Hendrix just fucking plays the guitar like, no, I've never seen. There's this other guy.
He's the guy who inspired me to play the guitar. I mean, I can remember seeing him at Woodstock.
Plays the
not
guitar
live, obviously,
like
but
he came out of his mother's vagina with a guitar, just
smoking
fucking.
a cigarette.
It's the easiest thing for him. There's this other guy right now that plays music. I forget his name. It's either Grant or Graham. His last name. He's a black guy. He sings this. He's like the fucking modern Jimi Hendrix.
Not Gary Clark.
That's it.
Yeah.
That guy is fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And his album's kind of all over the place. He's got some more R&B sounding songs, and he's got the more rock and stuff. That's almost the first time I heard a song, I thought it was the Black Keys. To be honest,
is fucking.
But yeah, he's got a smooth
Hendrix,
Jimi Hendrix like voice. Yeah, but we were talking about Tupac and hip hop stars. Actually, I saw Method Man and Redman a couple of weeks ago.
How was that?
That was a great
Did
show,
it make
man.
up for the shitty Wu-Tang song?
I got to go for free because of the shitty Wu-Tang show where he no-showed. Anybody who still who went to the Wu-Tang show got to go see Redman and Method Man for free, and then Method Man had announced during the show that he actually came back and performed for free for the promoter.
He had to. People fucking shit their pants.
They put on a hell of a good show. I gotta say, Redman is awesome.
Yeah, Redman.
He is hilarious. He's nonstop. He's full of energy, dancing, making jokes.
Still,
yeah, man.
I haven't heard from him in years, man.
They did a lot of classics. Basically, they just
Rockefeller album and stuff like that.
They went through and they did some of their solo stuff as well. But yeah, it was pretty awesome. Just under an hour and a half. It was a good show. And they're two rappers that actually sound like they sound on the record live.
Yeah.
Most
they
rappers,
exactly
it's
same.
Just like, okay, you just sound like you're freaking some dude on stage, you know? Like you don't have
I
that
can sound as
flow
good
and
as you.
style.
Yeah.
Exactly. These guys still, like Redman sounds like Redman. Method Man sounds like Method Man.
They have distinct voices as rappers, though.
Sure.
Method Man has that deep voice, and then Redman has that that flowy voice of his. You know,
but still, there's other guys. I mean, all the Wu-Tang members. I think, like when I saw them a few months ago, or the ones that were there, all pretty much sounded like themselves.
Like
but
Raekwon, was he with there?
Raekwon was there, yeah. And I'm going to see Ghostface actually in a couple of weeks. He's coming.
Raekwon, Ghostface, these guys are
back. And Jizz is coming back for a solo show too. They're all coming back. They were just here last year, and boom, they're all doing solo shows.
Are you going to see Metallica?
At Heavy Montreal, yeah, for sure.
Did you buy your tickets?
Not yet, no.
I've been waiting to see Metallica live for years. I am a huge Metallica fan. I've been a Metallica fan since I've been in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Okay. I've had all their albums. And for years, they came out with this new Death Metallic album, which I never listened to because I thought their new shit was garbage. I downloaded that album months ago, and it is the only album I listen to in my car. It is a fucking awesome album from
good.
start to finish. It is old school Metallica.
Yeah.
And by the way, my son loves it. The first song,
Really?
his favorite song is the first song on the album. Every time I get in the car, he's like, "Can you put heavy metal on?" That's what he asked.
Wow.
He thinks heavy metal is that song.
That's heavy metal, yeah.
And I put it on, and the first and last song on his album are his favorite song.
Really?
He just fucking loves it.
Have you seen their the live Blu-ray DVD thing they did? It's like mixed in with a movie.
No, I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
I gotta check it out there. Apparently, it's pretty good.
So now that they're finally coming back to Canada, because they were only doing European shows for the longest time, because there's probably no money in doing big shows here. They're doing the show in Montreal. I can't miss it. I just can't.
No, and especially I don't know what who's going to be performing on what day.
Lamb of God, I think, is.
But performing. Anthrax, I've seen them before, and they put on a hell of a show. Anthrax is awesome. Slayer's coming. I've never seen Slayer, so that's going to be awesome. Metallica always gives you your money's worth. Lamb of God puts on a great show. There's some other ones like more punkish, like you got like Bad Religion's there.
There's a lot of fucking
Offspring
bands
is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Though I'm hoping the reason Offspring is touring this year, it's because it's been 20 years since their first
big
album, their
shit.
Smash. So I'm hoping it's just going to be, since a lot of bands are doing the trendy thing, like we're just going to play our first album or whatever because it's anniversary. So although Smash wasn't their first album, it was the one that put them on the map. So that would be cool, because I mean, Offspring kind of sucks now.
Yeah, they do.
They suck since Pretty Fly for a White Guy. So
Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Metallica is fucking awesome. I just want to go and see them.
Oh yeah, but no, we're gonna be a big gang there for that.
Their
it's
show,
gonna be fun.
Did you on YouTube? You can catch their show that they recorded in Quebec.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
The one
You
at
can
the
watch the whole
Festival
show.
d'été there that I went to a couple years
It
ago.
is
Yeah, that was.
a lot of their new songs from their new album.
Yeah, I was at that show. It was amazing. Yeah.
You were at the
Oh
show?
yeah.
Oh, fuck
I had
off.
10 people when I was living in Quebec. I had 10 of the guys. We're all staying in my freaking apartment in the 3.5. We were all sprawled out on the
you've
floor.
seen Metallica
I've seen Metallica 3 times.
Oh, fuck off, man.
Dude, that's what I'm telling you.
I've
From
seen
experience,
Metallica
it's
0 times.
totally worth it. Metallica is one of my favorite bands to
I'm
see.
thinking of buying the
They put on
weekend
an amazing
pass
show.
to get.
Me too. Depending on how the shows are split up, because there's a couple of other bands that I really like that are probably going to be lower on the
just to get the
totem
best
pole.
seats, just to get the better seats on the terrace.
What sucks with that though is you got to get there a few shows before Metallica's on. You've got to get there, and then you're stuck there. If you got to piss or drink or whatever, you're fucked.
No, dude, I got the thing. You
Yeah.
buy the fucking catheter, you put it in, you buy the piss bag, and you just fucking piss. You buy diapers, you get a shit, you do all that
That's
stuff.
what makes me nuts at those shows. Is like eventually you just want to go walk around and
I gotta
shit.
go. I gotta fucking walk
so-
half an hour to the
Yeah.
piss, and then I have to wait another half an hour because the lineups are shitty.
Yeah.
And I gotta there's a dead body in the corner, and there's all that shit, you know.
Well, how about Oshiaga with Outkast coming? That's huge too. I can't wait
Are
to
you
see
serious?
that.
I didn't know that.
You did, yeah,
No, I
Outkast
didn't
is
know.
headlining one of the days anyway at
I didn't even know they still
Oshiaga.
made music.
Well, it's their reunion. They're finally back together.
Fuck, man, they were an awesome band.
I don't know if they've ever come to Montreal, man. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, they probably never did a show in Montreal.
They did. It was probably a long time ago, way before bombs over Baghdad.
Damn, man. You got any predictions for the Masters before we finish this off? Because you got to go, man. It's 2:00 already.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I don't know what time.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know, man. I haven't watched much golf this year, to be honest.
Bubba
I watch
Watson
here and
was
there.
on fire yesterday.
Every once in a while, if I'm home on a Sunday, I'll tune in. If it's on,
so you don't watch golf,
on my antenna there. I only get a couple of channels, but every once in a while I'll follow. I mean, I don't know. I'm just looking forward to playing golf.
Dude,
Like
Weir,
watching. I'm just
it
ready
says,
to play.
It says on TSN, Weir is on course as Watson still leads the Masters. Yeah, Weird wasn't far behind. He was on the
Weird,
sixth page.
yeah, but he always chokes, even when he
You
does a
think?
good performance. He's
There's no
he's got
Tiger.
nowhere. He's got
It's
no
like-
power. He's totally lost his touch. So weird, unfortunately.
That new guy, Graham Dillette,
Yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah.
He didn't even make the cut.
No, well, he's had a pretty
Phil
good year.
Mickelson didn't make the cut either.
Really?
Yeah, they crapped the bag, man. And any prediction for the NHL playoffs?
You know,
Out of the
I
East.
really
Who do
like
you
St.
think out
Louis.
of the East?
Out of the East, I'm gonna go with Boston.
Yeah, Boston is the heavy favorite.
Just the way they're built. Tuukka Rask's had an amazing year. They're built for the playoffs.
I hate to admit it. It's either gonna. I'm a Pittsburgh fan, but I've grown to be a Montreal fan because I live in Montreal and I hear about them every day on 690. Their hockey team is depth-wise, really pretty good because let's face it, they have, if you take Vanek and Pacioretty out of the equation,
Yeah.
they don't have any superstars. They're not like all these other teams, but they still find ways to fucking win hockey games. It's because
they
they
got
have
a good
Price,
mix of players.
they have
and
Price
they've
on
got
the
Price.
fucking goal, which is their biggest superstar.
And they got some good defensemen. You know, let's not take anything away from the
I'm utterly
defensive core if
surprised
they're all
how
healthy.
they've been able to win in the fact that they don't fucking play PK Subban. I don't get. Michel Therrien is a fucking guy that they don't like each other.
It's
Let's
been a
face
weird
it.
season for PK and Terry.
I don't.
For sure.
I won't be surprised if at the end of his contract he just signs with somebody else. I don't think he wants to play in Montreal.
Well, he's still an RFA.
He's the RFA,
Oh,
still.
Yeah.
So-
He's small, yeah. No, they'll give him the big money.
They'll give him the big money, but holy fuck, man! Like, are they not playing him so they can get a deal on his contract next
That's
year?
what people are saying. I said you're really rolling the dice if you're going to jeopardize the success of your own team this season.
But they're winning.
They are.
They are winning.
I think he's taming a wild horse. I think in what he's trying to do. He's trying to tame him.
Let him go. In my opinion, I would let this guy loose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you make mistakes on the defensive end, but this guy's gonna he's an offensive fucking player.
Mm-hmm.
Let him loose. Because if you don't let him loose, you're gonna regret him when he gets older. Because when he gets older, he's not gonna have these offensive skills anymore. And then just fucking
It's
let
just
him
about
loose.
taking those chances at more opportune moments. Last year we saw him carry the puck a lot, but then basically get down the ice and not have anything to do with it, just kind of flip it on net
But
and
now
skate
he
back
has
around.
players,
But now,
and if he plays on the line with
that's it, but
Vanek
he's
and
gotta do it a little-
Pacioretty,
Yeah, that's it. He uses other
fucking-
players, rush the puck down because he can do it very well, but you got to
they don't
incorporate the
even
rest
use
of
him
the
on
team.
the fucking on the power play.
But I don't know. But it seems to be an easy answer. But I think it's St. Louis this year. I mean, that team is
You think?
just from top to bottom. Oh, man, their defense is scary. They got Ryan Miller now as a goalie. They got great core forwards.
have
But I
to
think
agree with
Montreal
you.
might be a bit of a dark horse. Not to be a homer, but I think they may be
I
able
wouldn't
to
be
turn
surprised
some
if
heads.
it's Montreal, Boston, at the end. It'd be Montreal, Boston. It's either going to be Montreal,
And I like
Boston,
LA
or
again
Montreal,
this year.
or Montreal, Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh is not doing that.
Nah,
well.
Fleury's not going to be able to. No,
Fuck.
they're not. They
Fleury's
don't have
gonna
the
shit the
defense
bed
either,
again.
I don't think.
I'm so disappointed in that
But,
shit.
but I don't know. The Kings, since getting Gaborik, he's been
think?
getting hot lately
Yeah.
too. And I mean, they did it a couple of years ago.
Anaheim.
Anaheim, another team that could, but yeah, I don't know.
Who's your underdog? If you had to pick a team as an underdog to win the cup,
To win the cup as an underdog, I'd have to go with. I don't know. Is Colorado an underdog? No.
yeah, no, they're not really.
No,
They're
no,
number one.
Number
They
one,
fit-
right?
yeah.
But I mean, would people really expect them to? I don't know.
think so.
Right now, to be honest, I don't want to say just because we're in Montreal, but I don't know. I think
Montreal.
Montreal is the dark horse. I think in these playoffs.
Yeah, I would
because the
pick
other teams
Montreal.
they're kind of missing something, but Montreal just I don't know. There's been
They
something
just
about this year.
Always seem to find a way to win after they have a big loss.
I don't expect him to, but if Price can keep it up, man, I mean, it's all about if Price can stand on his head. I mean, that's all.
Not only that, but
That's
if
all
they
you
end
need
up,
just to get to the conference final.
if they end up facing Boston, not only is Price solid, but Budai is solid against Boston.
Yeah.
Every time they play Boston, they put Budai in net.
Yeah, but if you imagine putting Budai in a playoff game,
Maybe
fucking
not. He's
City
not
will
used
fucking
to it, I
erupt
think.
and riot, not in a good way.
Huh?
The city will riot, but not in a good way, right? If they put Budai in
Maybe.
the playoffs, I don't.
But if it goes 5-6 games, they might plug him in
Mm-hmm.
at first. They might put him in the first game, see how he does, and then after
you
that,
can't. Maybe if Price loses the first two, but even then, that's wow. That's a really
they don't even
really
know.
dicey
We'll
move.
know tonight if they get home with that. If they get home,
yeah. Last
'cause
one tonight.
Tampa Bay plays tonight, and then Montreal plays
Tampa.
their last game tomorrow or Monday.
Yeah.
Listen.
Tomorrow. Yeah, well, tomorrow's the last game.
I'm
last
all
day of the
for
season.
having Montreal go for a run.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be good for the city. It'd be good for their team.
But who else other than that? I mean, there's Dallas made it in through the skin of their teeth last night. Big 3-0 win against St. Louis. They're maybe a bit of a dark horse.
Yeah.
Although I don't think they have all the pieces. Columbus, Phoenix. I mean, I don't see any
Nathan
of those
Norton's
teams.
not even playing anymore, is he?
He's back.
Got hurt
but
again.
Fuck, he sucks, man.
I traded
Fuck
him. I'm
that
so
dick.
happy. So
Fucking
happy.
loser. Fuck, I don't like Columbus. I don't like the spotlight.
How can you go just fucking sign for $4 million in Boston? You were
Yeah.
already making $4 million.
Yeah. And speaking of dickheads here, Ryan Malone got busted DUI this morning or
cocaine
last
possession?
night. Cocaine possession, DUI. He's finished. He's done.
I can't blame him. If I was a hockey player, I'd be fucking coked out my head too. All these millions of dollars playing hockey,
yeah.
and fucking, I'd be.
And Tampa's not getting anywhere if Bishop won't be
Bishop,
back
yeah.
without
Bishop
him.
against.
They had that 20-year-old
Bishop
Latvian in nets there was at the Olympics.
He's
Remember
gonna be
him?
the backup.
He played was it yesterday? The day
No
before?
way.
Yeah, he played. You got to
They
win.
lost?
No,
They
he
won?
He made 36 saves on 38 shots.
He's not gonna stand on his head. That's for sure.
Not
Like he did
playoffs.
against
Not
the
to-
Canadians,
well,
but
it's a lot easier when
he's
you're
still. Was it Lindback that's gonna be the number one?
Yeah, Lindback would be their designated number one. Yeah, but we'll see. Playoff hockey, man, been due.
That's it.
That's it.
We're done. It's 2:00. You gotta go visit an apartment.
Yeah,
Sucks.
not too late. Whatever.
Yeah, it's all right. I got a lot of other shit to do. MMA. We didn't even talk about MMA.
Fuck
man.
no.
Anderson Silva broke his leg while we were off the air.
Yeah,
Pretty bad.
pretty.
It was a
fucking
bit.
nasty.
It was a small tear.
That's
It was a
great.
small broke. Yeah, he broke it. Yeah, he broke it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. He broke it.
Yeah, seriously. What? St. Pierre retired.
He got
Silva-
surgery last week. He fucking
Yeah.
tore his other ACL now.
His other one.
Yeah, it's not the
Jesus
same one. I
Christ.
thought it was the same one. Ain't. Now he's gonna got 2 fucking knees.
He's a movie star though now. You heard? He's a new Captain
Did
America.
you see his part though?
I saw the
Pretty
clip
good.
on
Pretty
YouTube
good.
there.
He's pretty good.
Although the freeze frame picture that most of the videos have of him, where he kind of looks like he's got like buck teeth
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
you know, it's like he looks kind of weird. But then
He's got that like fucking like haircut. Like
Yeah.
it's like totally like what the fuck,
like
bro?
redneck army
Yeah.
kind of style. Yeah,
But dude, the guy is. Yesterday they had a fight yesterday in Abu Dhabi.
yeah. Roy Nelson knocked out Big
This
Nog.
guy's gotta fucking stop
Yeah, it's
fighting.
over. It's over. It's over. Big Nog.
Big Nog never used to get knocked out.
No,
Now he's getting knocked out. Like,
seriously.
stop.
Who was it that knocked him out for the first time?
Frank Mir. Frank Mir knocked him out.
Or he submitted him.
No, the first fight. Remember the first fight? Frank Mir came out with this fucking amazing
They fought
boxing.
twice.
They
That's
fought
right.
twice already.
That's right. That's right.
He fucking.
So he was the first to knock him out and the
Yeah.
first to submit him.
Yeah, he was the first to knock him out, first to submit him, and now yesterday, after getting knocked out, Nogueira said he wanted to fight Frank Mir again.
No, geez,
I'm like,
enough
dude,
is
what the
enough, dude.
fuck, man? Even Frank Mir's on a 3-fight losing streak, but give me a break. He beat you twice already,
Why
bro.
don't you call out Tim Sylvia while you're
The
at
fuck?
it?
Bring back Tim Sylvia. What
Bring
the
him
fuck?
back.
And Bellator yesterday, they had a fight. I tuned out. Machisenko had his retirement fight last night.
Oh, really?
The janitor.
The janitor's finally
Yeah.
taking his bucket home.
Finally, he was fighting. I didn't even know who won. Let's see who won. But he was fighting Beltran.
Joey Beltran. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Fuck,
the
he's
guy
in
that lost
Bellator
to
now?
Tony Ortiz. And they had Tito on the TV. He was gonna fight on the next pay-per-view of the first official Bellator pay-per-view.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, Tito's gonna fight the 185 champ. That's gonna come up to 205 to fight Tito.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I'm like, Tito's done. Like Tito hasn't fought in 2 years. I'm
Yeah,
like,
don't they have Rampage fighting King Mo coming up there?
no, Kimmel lost last night.
Was that last night?
Yes.
Against Rampage?
No, he fought Kimmel. Let me see here.
Wasn't King
Bellator
Mo-
116. Oh yeah, it's
There's
true.
It's the final of the light heavyweight tournament, is it not, or
They're
something?
in the finals.
Yeah, they
to
pretty
fight
much
the
set it
champ.
up
Is
so
that
they
it?
could. They've been waiting.
Oh,
I mean, since
no,
they
no,
signed.
no. Alexander Volkov was fighting Kim Mo yesterday, and he knocked him the fuck out.
Really?
Yeah, let me say here. Beltran spoils Mechisenko's retirement party. That's what it says here. 15-10, 1-1 in the UFC. Ended up long story career, so I guess he won. McDonough, Volkov stops Mighty Mo in highlight reel fashion.
So we're not going to get to see Rampage King Mo.
Sorry, you heard that voice I had?
Yeah, but that's cool. So now we can put like background music and
Yeah.
stuff.
You know what else we can do? We can have people phone in.
Oh,
Yeah,
for real?
I can fucking plug it in the input and then have people phone in.
Amazing.
I'm working on having some people in, by the way. We're gonna have some fucking guests. Don't worry about that. Volkov stops Mighty Mo and highly. There's this fucking.
Where's King Mo tournament final slated for? What's going on here?
I thought he was gonna
Bellator?
fight. I thought he was gonna fight Rampage.
Yeah, that was the whole
They had
thing.
the whole thing. They went into the cage and stuff like that. So
Bellator season 10 light heavyweight tournament.
yeah. So
this is-
Ortiz versus
last month.
Shlamenko.
Alexander
For the-
Smith,
He-
he's probably the next one to move on to the UFC, no?
Yeah, but he's fucking short, man. I saw him yesterday. Ortiz like towers over him.
Yeah, where is this? I don't see anything about King Mo losing.
No,
No.
what the fuck?
No, he's slated to fight him on May 17th. He's fighting Quentin Jackson.
Well, then who's King Mo that lost yesterday? Who's Mighty Mo that lost yesterday?
Oh, Mighty Mo.
Who's Mighty Mo?
Mighty Mo is the guy who used to fight out in
sorry.
Dream and Pride. The little dude.
Okay, I'm fucked. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, Mighty Mo. He's the little. He's Hawaiian, or was he from New Zealand? Where's he from? He's Mighty Mo. Yeah. I never remember his actual name. I just know him as Mighty Mo. There he is, Mighty Mo. Yeah, he was a kickboxer. He was in K1.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay.
From? Is he Samoan? Yeah, Samoan. There we go. He's Samoan.
Well, he lost to...
he's 43 years old, dude.
He's young. I just saw something that tickled my mind.
There you go, Alexander Volkov. Yeah, that's one.
He's fighting Ortiz Shlemenko now. Yeah. Apparently tonight there's fucking Pacquiao versus Bradley too tonight. By the way.
Yeah. I saw Pacquiao was on Jimmy Kimmel last night. Actually,
he was on Jimmy Kimmel. Last night. I recorded it.
Yeah,
I record Kimmel and
not the
Fallon
most exciting
now.
interview in the world, but he's all right.
Sure
he does not look like a boxer. You see him; he's so innocent, so small, little hands, little face.
Yeah.
He's just a little guy.
He's also like a politician too in his country.
Yeah, well, they were talking about that. Even his wife's a politician.
Oh yeah,
she's the vice governor of her province or something like that. Power couple out in the Philippines.
Yeah,
but
fucking hurricanes every other month. There's a hurricane that hits there. You know. Yeah.
But the Bellator, you saw Jeff Curran when he beat. What's his name last week, and for the featherweight title. Did you see that one where he tapped in with the last 15 seconds?
That black guy, the guy with the dreads, that had to shave his dreads to make weight.
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
But man. How do you tap out with 10 seconds left in the fight?
Yeah,
that was crazy.
He wasn't making weight, so he cut his dreads. What's his name? I forget.
Not Kraus. Why do I want to call him Kraus? That's not his last name, is it?
Jeff Curran? No, it's not Jeff Curran that lost, is it?
Oh, Pat Curran. Sorry, Pat Curran. Too many Currans.
Patrick Curran. Yeah, him. Fucking internet. Awesome. Imagine we're doing podcasts like 20 years ago.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
Daniel
Strauss. Yeah, there you go, Strauss.
He shaved his fucking his dreadlocks.
Oh, that's why he shaved his dreads.
He
had to make weight.
He had to make weight. That's the same fucking week that Hendricks almost didn't make weight.
Yeah. Well, you could have shaved the beard too, right? To make weight if you really had to.
Fucking Hendricks as champion. Now he's hurt. Now he went to the surgery. Every fucking time there's a new champion,
they get hurt. Yeah.
You don't fight for a year.
I know.
The fuck? You work so hard to get there. You tell me you got to fucking fuck. Give me Lawler any day of the week. I fucking can't stand this guy as champion because ever since he won the belt, nobody's talked about him.
No, it's true. It's true, man.
How are you going to market a guy that you haven't spoken about since he won the belt? Mm-hmm. Now all you're talking about now is John Jones.
Yeah.
John Jones sucks. He's a great fighter, but you cannot market this guy. Nobody likes him.
Nope.
No, everybody wants to see him lose. He's the Tito Ortiz reborn. He is. Remember Tito Ortiz at 205 after a while? Yeah. Everybody wanted to see him lose.
Yep.
Now it's John Jones. Everybody wants to see him fight Gustafsson again, so Gustafsson can tool him again like he did last time.
Oh, we'll see. He's fighting Grover Teixeira next, right?
I love Grover Teixeira. He's got one punch power, but John Jones is not going to be dumb enough to fucking close the distance. His reach advantage is going to be the whole thing in this year, and he's going to fucking light him up, and he's going to take him down. And that's my opinion. I mean, that's how it goes in my book. But what do I know? I haven't been following MMA that much lately.
No, me neither. I've never been so out of tune. Like I'll check the results, or I'll try to watch the card, and I'll see some guy's names pop up on the card. Who the fuck is this guy?
They have so many cards now. They had a card in Abu Dhabi yesterday. They had Clay Guida, your boy Clay Guida.
Yeah, he got a big win there against Kawajiri.
Kawajiri's an old school dude.
Yeah,
for people that don't know him,
he was pretty good, damn good in the day back in the day. But he hasn't had so much success in the U.S. since coming over to UFC recently. But big win for Guida. He called out Conor McGregor.
Good for him.
Yeah,
McGregor is a beast, though.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
Oh my God, that's why I love Guida, man. He never fucking backs down from anybody.
Yeah.
You know, you can say what you want about his style of fighting, but it looked like last night he put on a bit more of a show there. Had some nice slams.
I didn't even see the fight.
I mean, either I just read. I didn't realize because it was in Abu Dhabi. It was in the afternoon, so the results were up before I even knew the.
I was I was in Cafe Olimpico having a coffee yesterday afternoon, and I just logged on to Twitter, and all of a sudden they were like, Nelson knocks out. I'm like, the fuck! It's 3:00 in the afternoon on a Friday. Like, what the fuck? I thought it would be tonight at least. I knew it was a bit early, but I'm like, the fuck.
Figured it'd be on a Saturday, yeah. But no, I don't know. Dana's really, I think, shit the bed as far as oversaturating the market with all these cards and fighters that we don't give a shit about.
You know what he needs to do? He needs to go how WWE is going.
Bring back the old guys?
No,
because that's what they're doing
with the network.
Oh,
has to
yeah.
go with
Well,
the
they're
network.
trying this Fight Pass bullshit where it's the only way you can watch certain cards. Fuck that,
Yeah.
man. I'm
No.
not paying $10 to watch fucking some fight from fucking China.
No, he
Featuring
should.
2 fights that I care about.
The WWE Network, I'll be honest, the minute it's available in Canada,
Yeah, you're
I'm
gonna get
getting
it. Wow, did you hear after WrestleMania they announced that they've reached was it about 1 million subscribers or 700,000 subscribers or something, and stocks went down big time apparently.
Really?
Yeah, but I watched WrestleMania.
Did you? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's the only card I ever watch every year.
Yeah, me too.
I'll go out of my way to watch WrestleMania.
I
'cause
watched
it's
it.
the big one.
I was in the background while we were watching Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
and I saw fucking. I can't believe
Brock
Undertaker
versus
lost.
Yeah, it was kind of weak though. The fight, I kind of didn't like it that much.
It was a very weak fight,
It
but
was
apparently,
slow. There wasn't much momentum going in. I don't know.
apparently Undertaker got concussed early in the fight.
Oh, did he?
That's what I hear.
Really?
That or
and
he
that
hurt his neck.
disgusting tombstone he dropped him where he was like a foot off the ground. I was like, come on, that's the weakest tombstone
Everybody
I've
would
ever
see that.
seen.
Yeah, he never fucks them up.
No,
ever.
usually he makes them
He's
look
pretty
pretty real.
solid,
You know,
man.
he does a pretty good job of making it look like
I'm
he's
surprised
hitting
that
his head
he
on the
put Brock Lesnar over, considering he only fights once a year.
Yeah. Well, apparently Brock has actually been more active than the Undertaker has over the last year, from what I read.
Undertaker hasn't fought since last WrestleMania.
Is that it? He hasn't fought all year? But
He fought. No, sorry, forgive me. He fought in WrestleMania, and then he fought right after at SummerSlam in a tag team with Kane.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah, Kane's got no mask anymore. He talks. He looks.
He's got a suit. He's a suit guy.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
part of the whatever with Triple H.
Okay.
He works for Triple H.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like
kinda
a
silly.
senior advisor.
Yeah,
or
because
whatever.
the New Age Outlaws were back. What's going on? They just got squashed in a quick 2-minute match.
They were
but-
champ for a few weeks, though.
No,
Yeah,
really?
They got the belts back. They were for months kept winning against the Usos. I'm back at watching wrestling.
Really?
Me and my
No.
girlfriend were watching wrestling. so-
I read up on it every once in a while, but I haven't actually watched a card.
Daniel
since-
Bryan-
Last time I watched was with the whole CM Punk controversy.
He
that when he
beat
took off.
Daniel Bryan beat Triple H, and I'm like,
That was a
he's
good
gonna
fight.
win the fight.
That was a
He's-
good fight.
If he wins against
A
Triple
match.
H, why would he not win the belt?
Well, it was
why
obvious.
would you?
It was all
include
about.
him?
They've been hyping him up for the last year, from what I
But
understand.
he's not going to be champion for a long time. He's not. I don't think.
Well,
People are
isn't-
going to tired of him.
Well, that's what they did the last time. I don't know. I've never seen a crowd back a
I've
wrestler.
never
I've seen that.
Never. But is it? gonna
Everybody
last?
was cheering for him.
Dude, every time he's there,
Oh,
I
man,
tell
that was
my
something.
girlfriend all the time. I'm like, I've been watching wrestling since I'm a kid, and I've never seen a crowd back up a guy like this guy. It's compares to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, but just there's so much more emotion into it. It seems it's just everyone
Damn.
like they really get sucked into it.
Yeah.
But oh man, how funny though was watching everyone's reaction though to the Undertaker losing. It was like everyone thought wrestling was real for a second.
Dude, do you know why? Because apparently nobody knew he was going to lose.
Not even the ref.
The ref and the announcers didn't know he was
They
going to
didn't
lose.
know. Yeah. The only guy
So
who knew was the one
everybody
who put
was
the
like,
21-1
what
on the Titantron.
fuck? They were like, there was only Lesnar, Undertaker, McMahon, and a few other people that knew. And I was like, what the fuck?
But I had read the plan was the Undertaker wanted to lose to Lesnar a couple of years ago. He got offered the
but
job to him at WrestleMania.
Lesnar didn't want to take it.
Yeah.
But my opinion was like, if you're going to put a guy like Lesnar over by beating you, why wouldn't you put a guy next year over? You still have one more fight left in you, let's face it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you put a guy like Hyatt over, which
Yeah.
is gaining
Bray Wyatt, that was an
ground.
interesting fight with Cena. He did that was different.
You know, that guy has charisma all over all
he's
over
really,
the place.
He's really got sucked
Why
into his
wouldn't you
character.
put a guy over like him next year? You know,
Did you know that he's part of a wrestling family, another like third generation superstar? His father is Mike Rotundo, who was IRS.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
yeah. He is amazing. He is charisma wise, like as a deep wrestling fan, he is the next generation of wrestling.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he can talk the mic like nobody else. Like, let's face it, like he's really good.
And his little stable there is pretty unique as far as what we've seen from wrestling groups in the last little while there. It's different.
And
It's
what
out
about
there.
Ultimate Warrior?
Yeah,
that was pretty weird, no?
Yeah, passed away.
My girlfriend we watched Raw on Monday.
Yeah.
And he came to the ring.
Yeah, apparently he gave some
He gave him a speech.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, he looks like somebody that's going to die any day. He was trying to do that rope thing. He could barely move the ropes.
Yeah.
Barely. Like I'm saying barely move the ropes. And you could tell he was sweating.
Yeah, that's what I had read.
He was wearing a suit. He put his big warrior jacket on.
Okay.
And he was talking to Mike, and it was awkward because you could tell he was out of shape. He was limping. You could tell he was battered. But I was like, he wasn't out of shape. He wasn't a fat guy, but you could tell like he was laboring. Everything was labored.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy looks like he's gonna die any moment. And then 2 days later, I get up. I fucking put Facebook on, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
Warrior
just saw
is
him like
dead.
2 days ago. Yeah, what the hell?
I'm
happened?
like, and his speech and he knew. In my
Yeah, apparently
opinion,
it was very ominous.
he
It was
knew.
almost like
It's like he
sign
knew
of
he was
thing
gonna
of
die.
What was gonna happen? Yeah.
In my opinion, he had a feeling he wasn't gonna last long, and he got inducted in the Hall of Fame. Which, like, why wouldn't you? It's Ultimate Warrior. I mean, the guy beat Hulk
Vince
Hogan.
has really buried the hatchet with all these guys. I mean, between inducting Bruno Sammartino last year, and we thought that would never happen. I mean, the Macho Man, obviously the
Scott Hall this year.
Scott Hall, who looked freaking good, man. Good for him.
He could put his fucking sentence together. The last time I saw him, he was so drunk out of his mind.
But look, he looks good. He looks back in shape thanks to DDP and his DDP yoga, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Jake Roberts.
Jake
Looked pretty good too.
Off the drugs. Last time I saw Jake Roberts, he was a junkie, man.
Yeah,
he
man.
didn't have a place to live.
Man, way to go,
He was
DDP.
homeless.
Way to-
DDP, that yoga thing
that's
is legit.
Yeah.
He is making a shitload of money off that, and he is really helping a lot of these guys out.
Oh, good for him, man. It was nice to see those two guys.
Because let's face it, I wrestlers have it hard, man. It is fake as a storyline, but they put their body through
they're
anything.
on the road 300 plus days a year.
Yeah.
They're working how many matches multiple matches per day sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously physical. I mean, you got to be an idiot to think
Daniel
that a chair
Bryan-
shot or falling from the inside of the ring to the outside doesn't hurt somewhat. And then, of course,
off.
there's botch moves and whatnot that are going to fucking break and twist. And
I look at Daniel
mess up your muscles.
Bryan, and I see the amount of strain he puts on his body.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he'll fight 3-4 guys in a fucking night sometimes. Like, they had him going through this thing where he would fight 3 or 4 guys in a row.
Yeah.
I guarantee you next year the winner they're making a big push, and I don't blame them. It's Cesaro. That thing. That guy is a future Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah,
he is an amazing wrestler, and he's got charisma. He's got the body.
He's got the size that Vince McMahon likes. Yeah,
it's
he's
big
a
guys.
dude. Hey, come on, seeing him body slam the Big Show over the top rope, that was something. The crowd fucking went crazy for that too.
He affiliated himself with Heyman on Monday.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he dumped his fucking curly mustache guy.
Okay.
And he said, I'm a Heyman guy now. And then Heyman came back because Heyman, let's face it, Brock Lesnar's not going to be there anymore for probably, he works once a year.
You think? I figured they were going to be pushing him now.
So.
That he,
Now
I thought
Heyman is
make him the monster
Cesaro.
now. Like he beat the Undertaker. Now give him the ball.
I
and
think
let him roll.
Cesaro is getting under. People are cheering for him.
Yeah.
And now he's a Heyman guy. So I think Heyman is going to become a face instead of a heel because he's behind Cesaro. I think that's what's going to happen.
But he was a big indie star. I mean, a lot of these guys. Same thing with Brian. What's Daniel Bryan, right? He goes as because he used to be Brian Danielson.
Yeah.
And Cesaro used to be. The hell was his name in ROH? And I forget. But anyway.
Same thing with
but he was
Hyatt.
Bray Wyatt. Well, Bray Wyatt used to be in the WWE. He was Husky Harris, I think, which was nobody gave a shit
Thank
about
God.
him. Then he built up his character there.
I applaud
Florida.
the wrestling for the NXT thing. They put these young guys in there.
Yeah.
They bring them up, and some of them work, some of them don't. They see who it works in the ring, and they see who doesn't work in the ring, and then they bring him up. So including Daniel Bryan, which was in NXT. He was brought into the NXT.
But I mean, he had tons of experience before. I mean, he was known as the best wrestler of the independents, like CM Punk, you know. But Claudio Castagnoli, that was Antonio Cesaro's name.
That's Cesaro.
That's what he used to go by. But I mean, these guys, they've been pros for a long time, so it's cool to see it finally. You know, too bad now that I don't really pay attention to it. But guys that are actual genuine wrestlers who were big in the. In the indies, and I was always a big indie fan too. So especially, with the age of internet, you can fucking YouTube matches from wherever.
Yeah.
But
so
it's cool to see a change.
Because as much as it's fake, I still enjoy watching it from time to time.
Yet you still see all these old faces, and I mean, he's not stupid. He knows he's got to bring back the guys like The Rock and Brock, and apparently the New Age Outlaws and whatnot.
Yeah,
because
man.
there's that nostalgic factor that still sells tickets and T-shirts and stuff.
Nobody's gonna sell out arenas like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I guess he's kind
of
of bringing the best of both worlds. Let's get these young superstars who
I
can
even
wrestle.
think-
Let's get the big names. That
I think it's
people
more Triple
remember.
H and Stephanie McMahon that runs the
Oh
show.
yeah. Well, that's
you know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah, from what I've heard, he's pretty much running
Which
the
is
show.
amazing.
Was that not too much though? His fucking golden skull crown
It's
and
not the first
shit
time he comes out like that.
with the whole getup. With
He
basically,
once came out with they carried him under this fucking big chair. Remember?
I remember that, but I don't ever remember him with the
Yeah.
gold. I mean, it looked pretty
That
cool,
was-
but it was a little much. And he's got the okay, I want the Legion of Doom pads, but they're gonna be gold. I want a golden crown, but I also want a skull on my face. Like I want everything. I am Triple H. I run this show. It was like, Jesus Christ, could his entrance have been any
Took him 30 minutes
bigger?
just to take off his...
Yeah. And then Cena and all these other guys, usually you're used to seeing, I like seeing the cool entrances. They always do something different for WrestleMania, but he was really the only one. And The Undertaker had his big long entrance as usual. Fuck, he looks like shit though, eh?
Yeah, he's...
oh my God, you can see he's got the cleavage now when he bends over. I think the mascara, the eyeliner's permanently stuck on now at this point.
He never takes it off.
That stupid mohawk he had going, like, he does not look good with short hair. He never has.
Triple H either. I can't see him with short hair. Triple H is my all-time favorite wrestler.
Really?
I was huge Triple H fan. And with the short hair, I can't deal with it anymore. I really can't, man. I really can't. So like I said, wrestling is wrestling. It's still fake, but
I don't know. It's fun.
I grew up as a kid to be a fan. Once in a while, I like to catch, especially WrestleMania. They make such a fucking big thing out of it, you know, especially with the Hall of Fame now and everything.
Yeah, so. And that's you can see all that.
Really good.
Bret Hart shows up now on a regular basis.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He's active on Twitter about it too and stuff. So that's it. So we've been going on for a while now. I don't even know time, but yeah.
I don't think I'm visiting that apartment anymore.
You don't think so?
Shh, tell Jeff I did though. Okay.
All right. Oh, he's not going with you.
No, I was just supposed to check it out, but we're gonna go see this other place that he saw. I think we're gonna go with that one that I was talking about before.
Do you have AMC at home?
I don't even have cable, dude. I download and stream everything.
I watch. I have AMC. I had it for Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I watched Breaking Bad on it. There's this new reality show on it called Game of Arms. You ever hear that?
No.
It's a arm wrestling reality show.
Really?
When I saw the previews when they were starting, I thought it was the dumbest thing in the world. And then I watched an episode. I got hooked.
Really?
And I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I watching this? It's that type of show. Every time you watch it, I shouldn't. This is garbage. But it's reality. They have teams from across the states. They have a North Californian team from Sacramento. They have a New York. They have a team from New York. They have a team from Erie, Indiana. They have a team from... They have 4 or 5 teams.
Okay.
With 4 or 5 guys on each team, and they're all arm wrestling guys. And a lot of world champions on these teams. And then they go face to face in these abandoned warehouses where they bring the arm wrestling table, and they put $1,000 each team on the table, or $500 each team for $1,000. So whichever team wins, it's a best. Whoever wins the most things. So there are 5 guys, I think. So whoever wins 3-2 or 4-1 or 5-0 wins the $1,000, and every arm wrestling match is $250, and it's whoever gets 3 pins.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the fuck? But they're in this warehouse. They have people around cheering for them, and it's very televised. It's very dramatic. It's obviously TV's involved, you know.
Yeah.
But you see these fucking guys, man. Like there's a guy there. He's a 26-time world champion. He's 170 pounds. He's like 55 years old. Okay, and he's on the show. I think he's from on the Sacramento team. And dude, small guy. They have these big heavyweights, 270 pounds, like fucking just like rah. And then if it slips, they put the strap on it. It's like over the top.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is, man.
Wow.
And they just go, and there's trash talking and stuff. There's drama and stuff. I'm like, okay, I gotta watch this. And then I watched it, and I'm like, dude, every time it's on TV now, I'm like, I gotta watch this show. My girlfriend's like, what the fuck is this garbage you're watching?
Have you heard of that MMA hip show, the Russian thing with the team
5-on-5?
No, it's not there. I saw that's another one too. No, this is something in Russia where it starts off as 2-on-2, and they kind of have like a bit of an obstacle course. It kind of looks like you're watching American Gladiators.
Yeah. I saw that.
It looked cool in principle, but when you watch it, it's kind of fucking stupid.
They grab one point. I saw a demonstration or a match where they got 2 guys grabbed this guy off a tower, and they fucking whip him off the tower.
Yeah.
And he just fucking falls like I don't know how many feet to the ground. I'm like, dude, that's fucking dangerous.
Yeah. Or one, he's got him in a guillotine choke while the other one's fucking punching him in the side of the head. They're double teaming him because the other one's out. Because if you eliminate one, then it's 2-on-1. And this guy's being chased around this little obstacle course.
Is that in Russia?
Of course in
Russia.
I mean,
I train with Russians every day.
And I think if you make it to the final round, you have to fight a bear. I think that's how it
Bear
works. I'm
or a
not sure.
kangaroo?
Or
you
yeah,
choose.
or yeah, a bear in a Putin mask.
Or Putin in a bear mask.
Or I don't know who's the tougher opponent.
Putin in a bear costume. I will destroy you. Talking about my Russian friends, they're actually a quick shout out before I end the podcast to Fight for Pride promotion, which is run by one of my coaches out of the Sherbatov MMA gym, and he started this promotion, which my last boxing fight was run by Fight for Pride promotion. And Boris Sherbatov, basically the genius behind this. And now he is officially running a pro MMA show on May 30th in Laval. It's called Fight for Pride Championship. It will be on May 30th. Fight for Pride Championship in Laval on May 30th. Where exactly? It'll be at Guimont Sports Complex in Laval. And his brother will finally be fighting his first professional fight.
He finally got an opponent.
Dude, do you know how many guys refused to fight this guy in the last year?
From what I've heard,
it is retarded. I've never seen a guy that has had so much trouble getting an MMA fight. He's got no MMA fights. He's never fought professionally, and nobody wants to fight him. Everybody says, yeah, sure, I'll fight him. Then 2 days later, they call back like, yeah, I'm not fighting this guy.
Really?
Because they go on YouTube, they start watching his boxing fights, they start watching his wrestling fights, and they're like, yeah, no, I'm not watching this guy. I'm not fighting this guy. This guy has the potential of being world champion like there's nobody, like it's nobody's business. And finally, they found this guy which is not a chump. This guy is also making his debut. He's 2-0 in amateur, I think. His name is Gabe Sagman. He trains out of Toronto BJJ. He's a purple belt, so he's not a nobody. You know what I mean? He knows what he's doing. So I'm excited. And there's also a lot of local fights on this thing. I'm seeing a lot of names right now, all local. So I'm excited. May 30th in Laval, Fight for Pride Championship. Finally, I think we're going to see a local promotion that's going to withstand the lack of promotion in the area.
Oh, that's good.
Boris is an extremely smart businessman and extremely smart. He knows what's best for the sport. And I think it's going to be a great thing for the MMA the sport of MMA in Quebec. Because let's face it, every time they have these new promotions, they do one show and then they don't do any others because there's no money.
Yeah,
it's hard to make money. It's hard
for sure.
You have to have the backups, and I think in this case, he's affiliated himself with the right people. And so I'm excited to see this. So repping my gym, Sherbatov MMA, and Fight for Pride Championship in Laval, May 30th at Guimont Sports Complex in Laval. So I'm just going to give a quick shout out for that. And what else was I going to do? I give my shout outs. Make sure I tell everybody. So anyway, check this show out. If ever you have time, download a show. I'm telling you, Game of Arms.
Oh, I'm
check
definitely
that
looking
show
into
out.
it, man.
It's
Definitely.
fucking hilarious, you know? You watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Did you watch the first episode?
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler! There wasn't much to be spoiled about, though. It was pretty... it was
Just following
setting up,
pretty much setting up
everything.
for the rest of the season, yeah.
Tomorrow is the wedding.
Yeah, Prince Joffrey's wedding, yeah.
Yeah. So
Or King Joffrey, I should say.
King Joffrey.
Sorry, he's the king. I keep forgetting.
Somebody's got to die.
Well,
Every time they have a fucking wedding, something happens.
Well, yeah,
right?
I mean, it's episode 2. Let's see some death already. Although we saw a couple of guys die. I like the ending there. My favorite character on the show has become Arya. And I'm liking her story now that she's with the Hound.
Yeah.
And
I think
getting her revenge on that dude there who killed the other boys there in her group there. And stuff there.
She's starting to be a little bit more...
I'm liking that there. Because ever since she started learning how to... the art of sword fighting and whatnot from the dude there back in King's Landing there. I've been hoping that story develops, and I'm hoping down the line she's the main character who finally gets her vengeance. I'm hoping that's what's going to lead up to.
I think the two main characters that are going to end up facing each other or either getting together. It's gonna be her
Yeah.
and the
Daenerys?
the dragon
Dragon lady.
She's definitely. I don't believe she's gonna cross over this season. Still.
This season, I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know how the books go beyond a certain. I know a little bit what's going to happen, but I don't know if the show's going to go in the same direction. So
they signed up for 2 extra seasons already.
Yeah.
And the books aren't even done yet.
No, he still has two last ones, right?
Yeah.
I think.
And but I know that I don't believe that she comes over to the other side of the ocean or the river.
No, probably not, because this season is still only the second half of the third book, right? It's the 4th season, but we're still on the 3rd book right now. So so she probably doesn't start making her way over to the next.
No,
I don't know. I'm assuming
she has to build herself as a leader with her armies of castrated slaves.
Yeah.
Which is humongous.
Yeah.
If she can get all those people over, she's definitely gonna run the shit. There's nobody's gonna deal with her.
Nah, she's got fucking dragons, right?
And dragons, and not mention the dragons. Yeah. So,
That's
but it was a pretty good first season, and I'm excited to see the rest of the season. I was a bit disappointed in The Walking Dead. Did you watch Walking Dead?
Yeah, I didn't mind this season. It was a little different, focusing on their own little each character's individual episodes there since getting away from the prison.
After the break, it was all about developing the characters.
I liked it, though.
Which was good.
It was good. To be honest, I almost liked it more than the first half of that season because it took so long for the governor to show up, and then boom, it was over.
Yeah,
you know,
all
like there was this build and then
extra,
and then bang, and then it's over, and now so I didn't mind that. I finally watched all of Shameless. You watched Shameless?
Yeah, I watch episodes here and there, but I don't.
I finally caught up there. I watched the last season there. I watched in like a day and a half. You know, I just waited for all the episodes to be over. And I was like, all right, let me binge watch for a night. So that was
it's a pretty good show when I watch it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
But I'm happy. I'm looking forward to the next season of Walking Dead. I think it's gonna be finally like. But I think they're deviating away totally from the books now.
Yeah, well, they've always been a little different there.
Little bit. There's a lot of characters that are not in the book. I've read the books, and there's a lot of characters that are not in the book. But the storyline was up to the prison was still
somewhat,
and even after the prison. But there's a lot of things in the book that happen that don't happen. You know, like. I know that I don't know if they're gonna make it happen or not, but I know that in the book, spoiler for anybody if you don't know, but Carl, he loses an eye. Yeah. In the book, he gets injured and he loses like half his face. But
and Rick loses his hand, right?
Yeah, early. He doesn't have a hand. He does not have. a hand.
Yeah. Mitchell got raped by the governor.
Yeah, which we didn't see.
Yeah.
Did we see?
No, he never did it. They kind of hinted that he did it to what's her name there, the blonde. The blonde there.
Yeah. But but Michonne, and it's not even Michonne that ends up killing the governor. You know, even in the book, it's not. They get caught in crossfires basically as they're escaping, and then everybody dies, including the baby and the mother.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. In the books, the baby and the mother die.
Yeah, and of course
in the crossfires.
Right?
It's TV. You gotta be. Can't be so distraught, you know.
And have you seen that From Dusk Till Dawn? They turned it into a series on Netflix.
I have not seen that.
Well, it's actually Robert Rodriguez started his own TV network, and it was like the first, I guess, show original programming. So he's part of the show. It's not like
really.
So what they did was they took the original movie, and it seems like they're expanding on the whole mythology behind the vampires and whatnot. But like basically each episode is like a part of the movie. So the first episode is just a showdown where Seth and what's his name show up at the bar, not the bar, but the liquor store. So the whole first episode is just them in the confrontation with the cop and the shootout and blah blah blah.
Oh wow!
And I'm a couple of episodes in, so they're showing it on Netflix in Canada because we don't get this El Rey. It's called the El Rey Network. Remember, El Rey is where they want to go. If you remember From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes.
So he called his network the El Rey Network.
Oh my God!
And so that's
it's
like
on Canadian Netflix.
So on Canadian Netflix, you can see it, and each week there's a new episode. So that's pretty good.
They did the same thing with Fargo.
No, really?
Fargo on the new FX. They have this new FXX channel.
FFX or FXX or whatever it is.
They started last week or this week. They're starting Fargo.
So they got a Fargo
So build off the movie. They're building a TV show.
That could be interesting.
And it's got Angelina Jolie's ex-husband there.
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like Billy Bob.
Hey, he's good. It might be a good show. And from the previews I've seen, it seems really based off the movie. like the murder and like even like the logo of the show, you know, like how they kill a cop or something in the beginning, or is that what it is? So they got all these interesting TV shows now. It's like it's
too much.
Yeah, you can't follow everything.
I know.
But I've been home for a while, so I'm like, yeah, let me check this out. So I'll check. Is it Call from Dusk Till Dawn? What's
It's
it called?
Call from Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah.
I'll check it out. I have Netflix. I'm registered on Netflix.
The first
so I'll check it
episode in
out.
particular, I really liked. Second one was
Any actors or?
well, Don Johnson plays the sheriff.
Oh shit!
Yeah. But the guys who play Seth and what the hell was how's his name? Richie. Richie Gecko was Quentin Tarantino, right? So I don't know who they are, but they do a pretty good job of being like a different version of the two. But other than that, I don't think there's any other names that I recognized. But no, it's oh, you know who's in it? Fez from fucking that 70s show there, Wilmer Valderrama.
Is he?
He plays like their Mexican contact, who seems to have something to do with the vampires too. He seems anyway. It's different because anyway, you'll see. I don't want to spoil anything.
I'll check it out.
Check it out.
I'll check it out. Dust and Dawn on Netflix. I'll check it out.
Nah, too much TV, and now it's nice outside. We shouldn't be watching TV though.
Fuck that. I'm a fatso. Not really, but so.
My ears are sweaty.
Yeah, man, I gotta pee like a motherfucker, so I think we gotta wrap this up right now.
On that note.
On that note,
That's what we should end the show with a flush sound.
With a flush, because I drank the bottle of wine. Yeah. Since we've been on the show, and it's not even. I started drinking at noon, so for people that think I'm an alcoholic, I am, but I waited till noon to start drinking. So, and I drank the whole bottle. And I'm having a friend. My friend Jack is supposed to be coming over tonight. A listener of the podcast.
Ah.
Yeah. I invited him over for dinner, and dinner. I don't think we'll have a dinner. I think we're just gonna end up having drinks. So I'm gonna gotta go to the liquor store and get some bottles of wines and shit, and maybe a bottle of whiskey too. I've been craving some whiskey bottles. So that's it for the Modern Maverick podcast, episode number 13. And fuck, man, I hope we get to do this a lot more often now that the studio's built.
Yeah.
And I'm here. It's my house. It's in my home. So whenever we're available to do it, I think we could just sit down, shoot the shit. There's no video on this podcast. I didn't set up yet for my video, but hopefully soon enough I'll get the cameras going and we'll get a video podcast. So this 13th episode of the Modern Maverick podcast is the audio only, no video. The website, I believe, is not up and running anymore. I think it expired. I had bought like a 1-year subscription, which I have to renew.
Has it already been a year?
From the time I had bought it for another website, which I transferred over.
Okay.
I had an old website that I used, and then I transferred it over, and it expired in February.
Okay.
But it will be available on iTunes and on Podomatic.com. So check out my Facebook. You'll be able to see it. I'll be available on Twitter at Steph Paulin, STEPHPAULIN, and the Modern Maverick on Facebook as well. Check it out. I'll put the link for the Podomatic and the iTunes on there. Also check out your Twitter.
J-Flynn MTL. Actually,
J-Flynn MTL.
I've actually tweeted a bit lately.
You good?
Yeah, I tweeted a bit on election night, actually.
J-Flynn MTL. Check him out. And also on Facebook, the same thing. Jonathan Fly.
Jonathan, yeah, well, I switched it to Fly just so this potential job I was applying. You know, check up your Facebook sometimes.
Yes,
I figured I'd change my name just in case.
That's good.
You know, play it safe so don't look up my profile.
So this is it. I don't know how long this went, like about an hour and a half, but I'm really happy with it. We covered a lot of grounds, and hopefully we're going to have some more episodes now that my studio is set up. And if the sound is not up to par, I apologize. It will get better and better as I get used to this new mixer board and this new software I'm using. Plus, if I'm going to start adding some acoustic panels in my room. So stay tuned for some more episodes, and thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.